They've been a great side over the last 3 weeks. They love the elimination final stage, and the umpires come out as the Vermont Football Club enter the Bayswater Oval.
We are the mighty Eagles, and we always play to win. We give our all for Vermont, and we'll play through thick and thin. Oh, we'll win the club of premiership, for we are the greatest team. Yes, it's purple and gold forever, 'cause the Eagles are supreme.
The Vermont Football Club enter the arena for another time, Peter Baird. This is the second sign to enter the arena, the Balwin Football Club.
Cheer, cheer the yellow and black. We'll not give in, we'll always attack. Oh, that noble banner high, shake down the thunder from the sky. Whether the odds be great or be small, Balwin goes in to win overall. While her noble sons are marching onwards to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Eastern Football League and its finals partner Yarra Valley Water, welcome to Bayswater Oval for the 2012 EFL Division 1 Senior Choose Tap Grand Final between Vermont and Balwin. Vermont finished the home and away season in third spot in the ladder with 14 wins and 4 defeats. Balwin finished the home and away season in fourth spot in the ladder with 13 wins and 5 defeats. These two teams met once during the home and away season, and that was in round 2 when Balwin won by 10 goals. Vermont progressed through to the Choose Tap Grand Final with a 44-point victory over Norwood in the second semi-final. Balwin progressed through to the Choose Tap Grand Final with a 20-point win over Norwood in the preliminary final. Best of luck to both teams today. Introducing our official umpires. In the field, Dan Beard, Wayne Duke and Jason Herman. On the boundary, Damien Main, Leah Young, Ashley Hawkes and Daniel Urbans. In the goals, Michael Rosal and Peter Baldry, and our emergency is Robert Reid. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem to be sung today by Downer Josie from the Victoria Police Band.
Of beauty rich and rare, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing and dance Australia fair.
Fantastic, boys. What a magnificent effort there. Well, we're only moments away from the opening of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Both sides making their final ways to position, Peter Baird. Wow, what an epic game this is going to be.
Oh, if that's not enough to get your heart pumping, BWS, nothing will. This is our premier game of football in the Eastern Football League for all on display out here at Bayswater Oval. Let's just get that ball bounced and get this game underway.
Well, it starts back in November last year. In the pre-season, it's long and it's hard, and then you bugger it out for 18 rounds, and then you play finals. You want to reach the main stage, and the congratulations to Vermont and Balwin for making it here today. There can only be one winner. There can only be one champion. Will Vermont take out premiership number 20, or will Balwin once again be the premier team in the Eastern Football League? Only time will tell. We haven't got our tips for the blue ribbon medalists from the Boundary Riders, so let's cross down to them now. Braden Ingram, your best on ground blue ribbon medalist this afternoon.
Thank you, Ben. My best on ground this afternoon for Balwin, I think it's going to be Stevie Kenner. He's been sensational throughout the year, and I think he'll get the blue ribbon medal today.
Sneaky left footer is Stevie Kenner, sure to be a big game for him. Damien Watson, the Blue Ribbon medalist.
Well, I'm going to jump on the Vermont bandwagon and predict Ryan Mullet to win the Blue Ribbon medalist this afternoon.
Thank you very much to Damien and Braden down. Ben Waterworth has returned up to the commentary position. What a day we're going to be set for now. 2 hours of the best footy you could imagine.
BWS, this is a very juicy looking grand final. Cannot wait to see this one. The perfect day, 23 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. Bayswater Oval in sensational condition at the moment. And set for a beauty. As I said beforehand, I just think Vermont might have a little bit more advantage in the ruck with Simon Taylor and Robbie Ross, two of the best ruckmen going around in Division 1 at the moment. They might just have that advantage there. But we saw Nick Smith a couple of weeks ago against Scores. We put in a fantastic effort, and you'll have great support from Ben Turner as well. So I get the feeling this will be an absolute beauty. Big crowd gathered here at the game between Vermont and Balwin. Wherever you're tuning in around the world today, we appreciate it. And we'll quickly cross down to Braden Ingram, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Just, sides are selected, so both teams going out with the same sides as selected, and the interchange to both sides. For Vermont, Emily, Travis Bird, Shane Davison, and Andrew Ellis. And for Balwin, Matt Murray, Ben Turner, Liam Fraser, and J.M. Gottliebson.
Great work there from Braden Ingram, thanks to Akira Urgent Care. A young bench for Balwin, a young bench for the Vermont Football Club. But two very, very proud clubs as Christian Sanfilippo and Nathan Henley shake hands on the wing. We're set to go on the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Ben Warren Smith for EFL Game Day.
This is what it's all about. Norm Smith got the knockdown. It's still in the middle of the ground. Mullet was around it. Coming in again there was Taylor. Tried to get a handball on it. The kick goes up towards the Balwin half forward line. Leading out in the race is Gobles. He traps it. Handballs inside forward 50. Was intended for McMahon. He was put under a lot of pressure, and the umpire will come in and bounce it only about 45 metres out from the Balwin goal line. The umpire throws it all off now. Hits the deck, a little scrambled kick up towards the top of the goal square. Worked out over that time. McCarthy, it's picked up there by Gobles, gets a handball backwards. O'Regan has it in the pocket. He needs to square things up. That's a clever kick coming in and taking a mark. He's the captain, Rennie Gilchrist, about 40 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle.
Fantastic start already from Balwin. They've pushed the ball forward. They're looking really switched on, and on their A game this afternoon, this will be a fantastic start, exactly what Daniel Donati would have liked.
And Goble's getting 2 touches very, very early on in the game is important for them.
First shot on goal inside the first minute. It will go the way of the Balwin Football Club. It's in the arms of Gobles now. Inside forward 50, he will come. Leans over the ball. It's a strong looking kick. It's cheered through. That's the first of the game on the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final, and it goes to Jeff Gobles of the Balwin Football Club, and they're away at the 1.5 minute mark. 1 straight 6. Vermont yet to score.
And that's a fantastic start, as I said, from a guy like Jeff Gobles, who is a confidence player. He's probably going to be named in the SEN Division 1 Team of the Year this year at centre half forward. For him to get his first hands on the ball in this so early in the game, put through the first goal, that's a fantastic start.
And if you're going to kick goals down that end, that's the side to kick them from as well. It's a much easier area to kick them.
So we're set to go back in the middle now as Taylor and Nick Smith go at it in the ruck. No one able to quite get a clear advantage. The kick comes out though, time from Johns up towards the half-forward line. Trying to thumble it there was Churgwin. Was brought to ground immediately. Picked on by Dean Kelly, left half-forward. He's got players in support. No one able to quite take it cleanly though. Umpire comes in, says, give it to me, fellas, and we'll see a ball up 30 metres out from the Vermont goal. The Eagles shooting for their 20th flag today on EFL Game Day. All thanks to Mark and the team at the Pie Shed. Ross got the tap down, started forward as Robbie Ross, immediately got the tap down, but straight to a ball and opponent, and we'll see a secondary ball up. Gone 2 minutes here in the Division 1 Choose Tap Senior Grand Final. Ball 1-1 straight 6 to Vermont, yet to score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Umpire's pulled out a free kick, and look, the non-officiating umpire looks like it will be going the way of the Tigers.
Interesting to see Henley at the moment is playing about 15 metres off each of the pack as the out player for the midfield each time.
So Jared Wright goes back to his defensive goal square and finds Harris. Both men's important cogs in that ball in defence. Harris comes out from left half back and his searching kick was looking for McMahon, but Hendry in front couldn't quite take the mark. Ball comes to ground though. Umpire from again the non-officiating umpire says a free kick and will go the way this time of the Eagles. And Tom Carmody. Important for Tom Carmody. He's kicked 36 goals this season. Chipping ball over the top is very nice, just over the head there of Dalton. Ball one of the numbers at the back. They kick up towards left half back, taking it over the line. It's Christian Sanfilippo. In fact, we'll see a mark to Christian Sanfilippo. That ball came off the boot. He now switches towards his defensive goal square.
And Barker's down at the moment and looking a little bit ginger.
Wright's kick to right half back was taken by Nick Smith, and he moves it quickly along the outer wing. Taken here by John Milhouse, and it was so impressive in that semi-final game against Scoresby a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, Dalton.
So Jared Dalton is down at the moment. We'll have our key urgent care boundary riders keep a look on that one. And we'll see a boundary thrown on that outer side. Looks like a stretcher is coming out. Geez, if that's Dalton going down, it's a huge loss for us.
That is a huge loss. As I said, he's kicked over 50 goals this year for the Vermont Football Club. That important player named in the VFL Team of the Year over the last 2 years as a fullback made the transition forward this year, and that's a huge loss, and it's going to really change up the structures of Vermont going forward early in this game. How do you actually cope with one of your stars going down early in a game like that, Brett Davidson?
Well, you can't let it throw yourself out. I mean, one of the things it doesn't throw out is your rotations, which is pretty important. So this may be an opportunity now. Play Ross down further, play him deeper, and swap out a full forward could be an option for them. But yeah, it doesn't look good. And it looked like an ankle, I think, that he went on. Hard to tell, but that's certainly, he got crushed in the contest.
Another key couple of matchups I've seen earlier and identified. Marco Regan, the premier shutdown player for Balwin. He's actually gone to Ryan Mullet at the opening bounce. So they've identified him as perhaps the prime mover and the inspirational leader of Vermont. So a good move there from Daniel Donati. The other way around, Tim Johnson from Vermont has actually gone to Charlie Hendry of Balwin, and he's actually going to be playing a shutdown role on him. Hendry, one of the prime movers from Balwin through that midfield.
And that's an interesting move, and that's could be a very, very good move as well. But, you know, I like the idea of putting Regan onto Mullet. As we talked about, you know, if you can take out your leading captain, leading player and key player like Mullet's an important one. But this is a terrible start for Vermont, and one that really does dent the confidence because he's your lead-up focal point. He straightens the team up. So this is something that they've really got to work out and shuffle out, and I'm sure that in the box they'll be working feverishly with the magnets because it's not something you can allow for.
Such a shame because Jared Dalton, as you said, was star fullback for Port Melbourne last year, has come in to Vermont this year, and as you said, Davo, been their key focal forward. He's kicked 50 goals for the season, so it's a huge loss, and our key urgent care boundaries will be right on top of it.
So the ball's on the far side of Bayswater Oval. We're just waiting for Jared Dalton to make his way from the arena. The crowd is standing and applauding. He's a super player. He's a key focal point for the Vermont Football Club. But what they've been able to show is they are a versatile team, and I'm sure that KB has a lot of things going up in his bag of tricks as the umpire restarts the play now. Over on that far side of the ground, Sam Filippo was in there. The Tigers, though, they're going to surge forward. The kick was half smothered. They're going to go backwards to go forwards now, right in that middle patch there. The umpire will come in and bounce it. There was a really good tackle there by Adrian Galino. So it's true centre wing position on the far side of Bayswater Oval. We've gone 6.5 minutes here in the first term. It's 1-0-0. It's the Tigers who have the early lead, and they surge forward once again. The ball's in the arms of Kenner, gets a handball back. He tried to find his teammate in Hardiman. He's right there. Xavier Barry Murphy's down on hands and knees trying to paddle it out to his teammate's advantage. Kenner got the handball out. Snap inside forward 50 towards Gobles. He nearly managed to trap it. They've still got the numbers though. In there is Kenner. Puts his body on the line right near that boundary line, right near that forward pocket. And the umpire will come in and bounce it only about 25 metres out from goal.
Davo, lots of nervous early fumbles going on at the moment, is there?
Definitely, and I think Ross has gone down forward. I haven't got anybody in there, in fact, the forward half of the ground at the moment, Vermont, but he was working his way down to that forward line, so I think he'll play full forward at the moment.
So umpire Dan Beer calls for a secondary ball up in Balwin's forward arc. They're 30 metres out from goal. Dan Beard, his third consecutive Division 1 senior grand final. Fantastic effort by that man. Ball comes to the ground again, and Nick Smith wraps up. Simon Taylor. Of course, Simon Taylor, 2008 Premiership Ruckman with Hawthorn. Now finds himself at Vermont and has found form at the right time of the year. He gets the tap down on that occasion. Feeds a hand pass out to O'Regan. Hendry from the pocket. The impossible goal! Just off, and it hits the woodwork on the left-hand side. And Balwin kicked the first minor to score. 1-1-7 the Tigers. Vermont yet to score. 7.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Let's cross down to Damien Watson thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
First thoughts are, or first perceptions are of Dalton's injury that he's hyperextended his knee, boys.
So Benuda, he went short to Henley. Short passes on again in that back pocket. They're mucking around with it a little bit, but they've got the numbers and they'll create the switch. The ball's in the arms of Milhouse. He drives it towards the Kelly direction. Oh, so too. There is Henley, but standing in front. Murray takes a good mark for the Tigers, about 55 metres out from goal. He gave away the height advantage, but he stood tall. Winds up now, wants to play on, wants to sell the dummy, crosses the 50. He does it another time, gets a handball back. Gilchrist, inside forward 50. It was a good-looking kick too, just chopped away. They've got players out wide. Hardiman, he might go back back to Hendry. Had a shot on goal a moment ago, kicked it to the top of the square. They might get it back to Murray here on the left foot. Alan Murray, this might bounce all the way through. It's rushed through for a behind. Last line of defence. Good play there by the Vermont backs. That's their third score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 1 goal to 8. Vermont yet to score.
They're showing a willingness to be very patient, use the ball there, not waste away, blast away at goal. So great coaching there as well from Daniel Donati.
Heath Black, the former Docker, and Saint goes long towards his half-back line. Tom Carmody a little clumsy there. Gave away the free kick, and Charlie Hendry will receive it. He's 60 metres out from goal, broadcast side.
Free kick game 2-1 in favour of the Tigers, thanks to Choose Tap.
Dyson Baker there, thank you very much. As Hendry goes long inside 50 from the side. Murray couldn't quite take the mark and the ball dribbles over for another minus score. Balwin have come to play and they're peppering the scoreboard here at Bayswater Oval. 1-3-9 the Tigers. Vermont yet to score. 9 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. This is EFL Game Day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
Got to be careful that they don't just blaze away Balwin. They've had it in their forward 50. Haven't used it as well as what they probably could have.
Heath Black got it to his brother Dean Kelly, kicked it up towards the centre wing position where Carmody was there. Sanfilippo went without it, and the umpire said holding the man, so a free kick to Balwin. They'll look to reload. They've got a lot of players behind the ball here. They want to square things up and create the switch. Christian Sanfilippo kicks it up towards the half-forward line, coming out and going for a strong mark there was Jeff Goble, fisted away from him. 50 metres out from the Balwin goals. They currently lead at 1 goal 3-9. Vermont yet to score. The umpire quick to restart it. Throws it in now over the back of every player and it scoots out towards Ryan Wilson. He went backwards. Now they're running away with it. The Eagles. Lachlan Johns has it on the far side of the ground. Using his left boot, kicks it into the middle, looking for Shane Davidson. Comes up and takes a good mark. Just slowing things down a little bit. He's quick to get the ball moving. He's put under a bit of pressure at the last moment and coming out and taking a good mark across the half-back line was Churgwin. He's got players out wide. Instead, he elects to go into the middle of the ground, almost taking a mark and put under a lot of pressure. They're going to get out of this, though. Smith got the handball away, got it to Crow, banks it inside forward 50. Who's going to be the target there? Oh, what a fly there by Hardiman. Great mark. And he comes out and takes it about 45 metres out from goal and looked to put on Balwin second for major for the day.
And it looked just then that they missed Dalton, didn't it? You just saw them go forward, Vermont, and they had nothing really there to aim at because Ross has gone into the ruck now. Taylor's gone having a rest, and Balwin were able to run it out of defence way too easily then.
Watch for the celebration here, BWS, if he kicks this one.
They've had all the scoring early. At the 11-minute mark, Hardiman comes in for Balwin's second goal. What a beautiful looking kick. Perfect execution by Madison Hardiman, and Balwin on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 11-minute mark moved to 2 goals 3-15. Vermont still yet to score.
And the thing is, when Balwin were able to force that turnover off half-back, they showed how quickly they like to move the ball through the centre corridor of the ground, and that allows guys like Hardiman to get one out with his opponent. That's when they're going to do their best work, and they're going to be their most damaging. And on that occasion, Hardiman didn't let down his midfield, able to mark strongly, go back and put that goal on the board.
And I think KB would be pretty disappointed with the 3 marks that they've taken inside 50 have all been ones that could be defended and haven't been defended properly.
Benny Turner and Robbie Ross go at it in the middle. No one able to quite get a clear tap down, but Mullet just tries to sparge his way through the middle. And the umpire's put out a free kick for a high fend off, and it will go the way of Matt Murray. Brother of Allen finds himself in the Balwin senior side. Goes long out wide to Hardiman, the goal kicker. Did nicely. Kicking ball was ordinary though, straight into the hands of Ellis, who got an unkind bounce. He looks to try and get a hand pass off to Johns, and he goes up towards half forward. Trying to use his body there was Carmody, but Rod Crow, one of the premier defenders in Division 1, stands tall and takes the mark. Plays on inboard and finds his skipper in Gilchrist. We'll look to move it on quickly. Gilchrist up towards half forward. The lead is on. Just over the head there of Gobles, but he keeps his feet. Can he keep it in play? He can. From 50 metres arc. Oh, boundary umpire Ashley Hawke said that one went over the boundary line and out of bounds. Questionable to say the least, but certainly the Eagles will take it. Boundary throwing 50 metres out from goal.
He's looking very damaging very early on there, Jeff Gobles. They've gone for him at every opportunity they can, and he's just a premier player in our competition.
Oh, he's looking good, isn't he?
So, boundary throw in, Ross and Turner go at it again. Henley, beautiful little underground hand pass that time to Emley. He now goes out wide towards the wing. Milhouse leads this race. He's got Davidson for company. Davidson did well. Picked the ball up. Almost struck the tackle. Wonderful follow-up there by Milhouse. Pedals it along now. Opportunity for Bird. He gets a sweeping hand pass over the top, but the Tigers have the numbers. Crow again. Tries to extract the hand pass away. This is all 40 metres out from goal. Now comes out at Nick Mendes. Dean Kelly's also there. Galeno, the sneak. Left foot kick around the body towards goal, and a nice mark taken on the last line of defence by the Tigers, and they look to come away through Gilchrist.
So McCutcheon got it to Gilchrist. He moved it on towards Hardiman, who's made good space running up the ground. Wants to slow things up a little bit, cuts it inside. That was okay. Finds Ben Turner across the half-back line for the Balwin Football Club. Gilchrist got dumped off the play. The umpire didn't see it. The kick goes up towards the wing position over the top. Gobletson, he got a handle on it. That was okay, but Vermont are going to have the numbers through Johnson. He got tackled at the last moment, charging through Ryan McMahon, and he almost copped a high one. In fact, he has seen one. Umpire's working nicely. So about 65 metres out from goal. Ryan McMahon, he almost had Kenner on for the handball. Told Hardiman to go back. The kick goes towards the forward pocket now. The big fly there from Goble's fisted away from him and over the boundary line and out of bounds. Barker was there also.
The other thing Vermont need to do is when they take the ball forward, their forwards need to get in front. It's 2 or 3 times now they've been caught behind, and that's allowed Balwin to run off and set up from half back.
Well, they're running Bird and Carmody as their key forwards at the moment. I don't think they're really tall enough to be able to do that.
Ball's only about 20 metres out from the Balwin goal line. We'll have a bounce. 14.5 minutes gone here. It's all the score into the Vermont Football Club. 2-3-15 plays. Vermont yet to score. They've won a free kick off the play. It'll go to Kyle Emley, and he'll switch the play to Barry Murphy.
He certainly will, and the Leader Young Gun nomination is off and running off half-back. He goes out towards true centre wing. The kick is going towards Davidson. He had Milhouse for company, and Milhouse was a little overzealous in that marking contest, giving away the free kick. Davidson came into the team for David Leung. That was the only change from the second semi-final line-up as Kelly goes inside 50. The kick was looking for Galeno, but Balwin have the numbers once again, and it's that man Rod Crow. And he goes out wide looking for a teammate. Over the head of Goble's got a really unaccommodating bounce on that occasion, but he was equal to the task as Goble's inboard to Gottliebson. He takes the mark, but he's got a lot of Vermont jumpers up ahead. A dangerous switching kick, was looking for a couple of teammates. Putting his head over the footy there was Nick Mendes. Won the free kick looking for a teammate on that occasion. And Mendes of the younger variety, he's got a brother Daniel Mendes, but the young man will take it now. He gets a hand pass off to Henley, up towards the half-forward line on the lead. Carmody thumped away from him. Rod Crow again picking up the scraps. He's had a lot of footy early. Gets a sweeping hand pass over the top to right. He'll rebound off half-back now, up towards the true centre wing position. And the mark's been taken on the outer side. The Tigers have come to play in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. They've got all the momentum at the moment and all the scoring power. 2-3-15 the Tigers to the Eagles yet to score. They go short, no available. It ends up in the hands of Wright. Further hand pass. Now works out okay. Kick inside 50 for Smith. He's got the sit. He almost had the mark. Didn't quite pay it, though. They did umpire Dan Beard on that occasion. Ball still loose. And both teams happy to see a ball up 40 metres out from the goal. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to a key urgent care, Damien Watson.
Yeah, just quickly, Jared Dalton's testing his knees, running on the sidelines as we speak.
They need him back on the field ASAP because, as Brett Davidson said, they look a much better side going forward when he's up in that forward line. Alan Murray from the ruck contest tries to extract the ball to no avail, and we'll see yet another stoppage inside Balwin's forward arc.
The other thing they've got to be careful of, like Crow is just being allowed to run by himself in the back half at the moment. He's just destroying them, setting them up for every play possible. So got to do something about allowing him just to run free.
Ross clearly got the tap down, but it ended up with O'Regan. His hand pass is intercepted by Daniel Mendes on the outer side. Picked up though by the Tigers. Plenty of time. Tregear had to get rid of that football. Umpire said play on. Sanfilippo off to Gottliebson. The kick is good for Gobles. Bounces just short of him, but he's good in this situation, Jeff Gobles. This way than that way. Beautiful left foot kick to Churgwin. Just a smart bit of play from Jeff Gobles, and he finds Churgwin 25 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle.
That's a matchup that's hurting him at the moment because his ability to go on either side, and that was just a beautiful dinky kick to set up the ball and play a very, very good football.
Fourth mark inside 50 thanks to Choose Tap for Balwin.
Not only is he strong overhand and out on the lead as well, but he showed his class at ground level there. And that second effort, that's really hurting Vermont down there. They need to make a move down there fairly quickly.
Normally finds himself in the back pocket, Jared Churgwin. He's only kicked 3 goals for season 2012, but this is his most important shot. On the left foot, looks very nice from Jared Churgwin. And the Tigers have got the jump in the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. 3-3-21 Balwin. Vermont yet to score. Almost 18 minutes gone on the Medigo scoreboard. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
This is a bit of a surprise for me, Brett Davison. We've seen Vermont have been the team that are traditionally fast out of the blocks. Balwin like to lock seams down in the first 2 or 3 quarters of a game and try and run over them. Today they've got the jump, so a bit of a changing of the guard.
Yeah, look, they've opened up extremely well, but the change has been the fact that every time Vermont go forward, they've got nothing to aim at the moment. It's just been swept out and swept forward each time. So they've got to work something out in their forward half.
They might get a clearance here. Mendes got the handball backwards. They're under a lot of pressure here. Well done there by Goblebson. Got the handball out wide. They've got play streaming Tregear. Uses Murray now. Inside forward 50. Gobles once again the man of the moment. Couldn't quite trap it, but that hasn't helped. That hasn't stopped him before. Right near that boundary line. Right near that Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 3-3-21. The Balwin Tigers. Vermont yet to score.
Ryan Mullet going cold early on, 18 minutes, no touches.
Your Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap, the umpire throws it up. Ross got the back spot. Nick Smith got the handball away. Barry Murphy's in there too. So too Murray tried to break a tackle. Alice is there and we'll have a boundary throw in.
Mitch Benuda's got his hands full at the moment, Davo, because Jeff Gobles is he's the key target every time the Balwin Tigers go forward.
I was going to say, I think he's just gone there because I think he had McCarthy there for a while and he was just far too quick for McCarthy.
Well, the ball came down from Smith into the arms of Murray. Scrambled to kick forward. It comes to the top of the goal square. The kick goes on there by Gilchrist right to the top there, looking for Murray of the Allen variety. Couldn't quite pull it in with the one hand. Over she goes for a minor score at the 19-minute mark. Balwin 3-4-22. Vermont yet to score.
I suppose the other option there, Chris Barlow's got up his sleeve, is an experienced player like Dean Milhouse, who'd be, I think, it's a perfect matchup for Gobles.
And speaking of Milhouse, as if on cue, he's got the ball in the left back pocket. Looks to bring it inboard. The kick is good. Finds Heath Black. Played most games for Vermont this year after a distinguished career for Fremantle and St Kilda. Finds himself kicking the ball to Barry Murphy at left half back. He chips it further afield. Finds Robbie Ross. Now goes further inboard. Ellis. That kick was okay. They need just to get some momentum up here. And Ellis's kick is good to Carmody at full stretch. Takes the mark. In fact, it might be Simon Taylor there on the outer side. So Taylor on the wing. High kick in hope more than anything else. It's 3-on-1. Almost the mark taken there for the Eagles, but at the fall of the pack, trying to pick the ball up here is Carmody. It's a hand pass back to Noel Vale, Milhusen. Clever hand pass out to right. Little hand pass over the top, was thumped over the boundary line and out of bounds by Jared Churgan. We'll see a boundary throw in.
And that's where you see the difference. When Taylor had the ball then, he looked down the ground and he only had mid-range players to aim at. That's why he's gone long into a pocket. So they need to try and get that tall down there if they can.
Smith and Taylor go at it. Taylor got the tap down, but not to a teammate's advantage. Umpire's happy to let it go. Now happy to cross himself, and we'll see a ball up right on the 50-metre arc. Balwin 22-0. Vermont yet to score.
And if Taylor's going to go forward, he's got to go deep. He can't afford to be playing at centre-half forward because he gets the ball too high up the ground.
Taylor tried to extract the ball, but his kick is to Noah Vale. Gottliebson started well, gets a sweeping hand pass to Gilchrist. Now they're off and running through the middle. This is the man they like to have the ball in. Stevie Kenner, the spearing ball to Barker. Just thumped away from him by Tim Johnson in the end. Kenner still might have a second opportunity. Goes to ground, earned himself a free kick. Ryan Mullet, not a lot going right for him at the moment. Kenner takes the advantage. Spears the ball to Alan Murray inside 50. Got him. Alan Murray takes the mark. In fact, about 30 metres out from goal. Tucked up on the boundary, but it's a right angle for a right footer.
They've really matched up extremely well, Ball, and they've gone for quick mobile players. This is the boy that McCarthy's gone on to, and you can see Murray just led him a merry dance there. Not an easy goal, this one, though.
Former Port Adelaide and St Kilda player. Played a lot in the midfield this year, but he has kicked 12 goals and he knows where they are. From 30 metres out, looks left and it stays left for another minor score to Balwin. 8 scoring shots to zip in this first term. Balwin 3-5-23. Vermont yet to score. 22 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap match stats.
14 inside forward, 50s for Balwin, only the 7 for Vermont, just annihilating them at the moment.
Well, they're going to get another chance out of 2 here, Balwin. The ball's picked up across the wing there. Wise, snap around the body, inside forward 50. Kelly's underneath it for Vermont over the back of the pack. Barker charged in. In there's Taylor, got a handball away. That was good play. Alice, his handball was picked away. Goble's got a handle on it. There's lots of smothers. There's lots of pressure here. Once again, Balwin. Gottliebson snaps it high, kicks it to the pocket. Barker might have position A. He's there. Good fist away there by that player in Milhouse. And we'll have a boundary throw in only about 20 metres out from the Balwin goals. They've had 8 scoring shots to none. 23 plays 0 at the moment. We've gone 22.5 minutes here. First term Division 1 Grand Final day. The umpire Throws it in once again. Taylor had the front spot. Kelly received the handball and he'll go for the switch. Milhouse was out there, but he elects to go for the longer option and find Travis Bird. He gave the handball away, got it along to Henley, bangs it on his boot, got every bit of 60 metres, but kicked it to a 2-on-1 situation. Crow at the back of the pack. It was fisted away by Carmody. He goes forward. That was a good, clever kick, and Stevie Kenner takes a mark. Got a little bit extra. The umpire said it was legal. So Stevie Kenner, almost on the wing position. Doesn't look too confident in going forward. He might go back to Crow. He does so now. So Crow, in turn, switches it into the middle of the ground. That's okay, Jared Wright. And now they've created the switch out wide. Good play. This time it's Churgwin on the left boot, goes in towards the middle of the ground. A good mark has been taken there. They're moving the ball on nicely and quickly here, the Balwin Tigers. They go up towards the half-forward line. Fraser comes out and takes a mark, gets the handball off. The kick goes towards the full pocket. That's a good mark by Barker. He made space. He knew where the ball might go, and he comes out and takes a very easy mark.
What I liked about that bit of play then, although their ball movement wasn't real quick, they were still able to leave spaces in their forward line open for their forwards to lead into, and they knew exactly where they were going to be going to. So that kick went over the top of the players that had congregated at centre half forward, and Luke Barker was able to find himself in space.
He's kicked 40 goals for the season, not on the scoreboard yet today, but he comes in and he bangs it through the goals. That's Balwin's fourth on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 24-minute mark. They move to 4 goals, 5-29. Vermont yet to score.
And again, you had a situation where, you know, probably when you're used to having a big forward down your forward line, you tend to play that way and you can't change your style. We noticed that Bird took a mark, handballed off, long kick, but to no one, and then they rebounded again.
Spoke about the inside forward 50 count, 16-7, but 6 marks inside forward 50 to nothing in favour of Balwin. Thanks to Choose Tap.
Braden Ingram, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Boys, as Damien said before the start of the game, pretty warm down here, and the one short for Vermont on the interchange is hurting them. Balwin able to make a lot more changes, and it's certainly helping them out at the moment.
Vermont scoreless in a quarter of a grand final. Don't think you'd ever hear that one. They've earned themselves a free kick here through Barry Murphy. He did well to put his head over the footy on that occasion. He'll receive the free kick from the edge of the centre square. Uses the run of Black. And Black's kick is very nice towards the wing. Bounce important here for Davidson. He used his body well. In fact, on this occasion, it's Ryan Wilson. Left foot kick over the top. Was looking for Galeno, but he's not the forward target you want to be going to on the lead. Kenner picked the ball up and got it to Hendry. They're often running off half-back other Tigers. Up towards half-forward. Murray lost his opponent and took the mark. He's got an open space here. Barker's on the lead, and Barker will take it. They are all over the Eagles at the moment, are the Tigers, and Luke Barker can go back and try to put through his second.
And look, this is great coaching from Donati. What they've done is they've rotated their forwards on to McCarthy. And each one of those forwards is quick, and they've lined them up and they've looked for them, and you find McCarthy's been behind each time. McCarthy's a great fullback or backman in a wrestle. He can't wrestle when he can't catch up.
The former Croydon forward has found his niche at Balwin. He comes in, it looks a little right off the boot, and it stays right. And through for another minor score. 4-6-30 Balwin, Vermont nothing. 26 minutes gone. Bendigo Bank scoreboard in the first term. EFL game day, all thanks to the pie shirt.
As I said, that all-important marks inside 50. Balwin actually more marks inside defensive 50 than Vermont in their own forward 50 at the moment, thanks to Choose Tap.
Well, they're out of the danger zone. Barry Murphy got the kick to the half-back line, and now the ball's banged on towards the Ross direction. He had the back spot, but he wants to get it along moving. He put Henley under a lot of pressure, but managed to scramble a kick inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one situation. Crow got the fist away. Running through is Davidson. He needs to trap it. Right on his hammer down there is Jared Wright creating the pressure. That's good play. Galeno's in there. It's only about 20 metres out from the Vermont goals. Geez, they need one. There's 26 and a half minutes gone.
And Galeno's got to stop this playing from behind, trying to edge his player under the ball all the time. He's just got to play in front. He'll get free kicks if he does it.
Comes down to Mendes. He tried to get a kick to it. He's only about 20 metres out. Balwin, they might be able to get out of this. Good tackle by Daniel Mendes that time. Henley's got it for the Eagles. Gives it to Mullet. He's been quiet, but we need a captain's goal, and Ryan Mullet delivers. That's the first on the board to the Vermont Football Club. And at the 27-minute mark of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final of the first quarter, the Vermont Football Club moved to 1 straight 6, but they're still trailing by 4 goals because Balwin are 4-6-30.
Thanks to Choose Tap, Ryan Mullet, 1 possession, 1 goal.
And he's the inspirational leader of this Vermont Footy Club. He's a Chandler medalist, and if anything's going to get the team up and firing again, it's a goal like that from their skipper, Ryan Mullet.
Yeah, look, I think it's important, and Henley had an important touch in that as well. Again, he's been good on the wing.
Ryan Mullet's been named the best 15 times of 20 occasions. He's the Quarter time siren goes. Wasn't that a timely goal for the Eagles? At quarter time of the Division 1 Choose Tap Senior Grand Final in the Eastern Football League. It's Balwin 4-6-30, Vermont 1 straight 6. We'll take a break and be back with the second half action right here on EFL Game Day. So it's Balwin 4-6-30, Vermont 1 straight 6. It's the scene is Bayswater Oval. The game is the Division 1 Choose Tap Senior Grand Final in the Eastern Football League. Balwin and Vermont. And it's all thanks to the Pie Shed. See Mark and the team at their Bayswater and Scoresby stores. Second quarter underway. This is Ben Warren Smith.
1 down and 3 to go. The umpire throws the ball up in the middle. Nicely knocked down there by Taylor. Got it away to Carmody. He was wrapped up in a tackle. Mullet comes in to lend some support. He laid a good tackle too. The umpire will come in and bounce it just inside the centre square here.
I like the fact that Ross has gone to full forward. That's good. That's what they need, structure. They've got to go back to the structure they've been able to be used to.
Ball came down to Tregear. He got wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire said it was shepherding in the ruck, so the free kick will go to Taylor of the Eagles. Early goals are very important. The short passes on, that's okay. Coming out is Mendes. Winds around on the left boot now, kicks it to the hot spot. Robbie Ross is down there. He's the tallest player over the back of the pack. Crow, he was after it, charging through. Ross to lend some support. He was a little bit crude in that one. The umpire said it'll be a free kick to Balwin in the back pocket. They've got players out wide. That kick went to absolutely nowhere. Right was the intended target. First to meet it though is Tom Carmody. He got wrapped up in a tackle. He might just do enough to hold it in here, and he did a good job of it too. 50 metres out from the Vermont goals.
Even though they've gone with a big target at full forward, they're still allowing Rod Crow to run free across their back line. That's something they're going to need to rectify.
The umpire throws the ball up now. We'll give that one to Smith. Dyson came straight into the arms of McMahon. He was wrapped up in a tackle. It's pushed out a further 5 metres. That's 60 metres out from the Vermont goal line.
And the other thing is they've got to kick it in quicker to Ross because they allowed Smith to get down there into a 2-on-1 situation.
Quick to restart it again. Smith was nearly held. Came out to the advantage of Kenner. He couldn't quite pick it up as we cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care to Braden Ingram.
Thanks, BWS. Out at the ball and Huddle and Dan Donati. Pretty happy but certainly aware. It was a good first quarter, but still 3 to play. Told his players they need to reset and go again.
Thank you very much to Braden. The ball was plucked out there by Sam Filippo. He kicked it up towards the wing position. It was troughed off by Black. Got the handball away towards Daniel Mendes. Players coming and converging everywhere. The umpires, they played a few free kicks early in this second term, and this will go the way of Daniel Mendes. Had players streaming forward, just took a little while to get rid of it. Black now, short pass into the middle of the ground. This is good play. Alice is on the end of it. Kicks the ball inside forward. 50 is just over the top of the head of Ross. In fact, that was Henley that time. Carmody's in there too. They're going to get out of this, the Tigers, and they've got players all by themselves on the wing.
They certainly do. Madison Hardiman takes the mark, true settling position. Gets a hand pass over the top to Tregear. Likes to use the left foot, and he goes inboard. Has Mullet for company now. This way, then that way. Take 2. Now in the third take, goes over the top, back to Hardiman. Spears the ball short. It's a nice kick as well. Mark taken by Ryan McMahon, former Port Melbourne captain who's been outstanding for the Tigers today. His short chipping ball was ordinary, and the mark's taken by Mullet. If it suits for Kelly here, he can be away. The kick was good, and Kelly takes the mark. Edge of the centre square at Bayswater Oval. Kelly now calls for players to run forward, but he sees a nest of black and yellow jumpers. He goes short, and he's got a player on the outer side. Left foot kick inboard. It's good for Emily. Balwin able to get numbers back here. Emily looks to switch a one-on-one contest here. Well done by Daniel Mendes. The spore from Tregear from behind wasn't quite as effective. Mendes goes back to Ellis, kicks to Carmody, just off to his left-hand side. Rod Crow again loose, takes the ball and sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds 30 metres around from goal.
The other player that's loose for Vermont, though, is Heath Black at the moment. So if they're going to allow Rod Crow to run loose, they've got to use Heath Black coming out of defence and him to be creative.
Taylor and Smith to go at it. Taylor got the tap down, straight down to Milhouse though, and the kick comes out from the Tigers up towards true centre wing. Taken though by that man Black as if on cue. The kick is good to Kelly. Used his body well. Brought the ball to ground. Opportunity for Ryan Wilson. On the left foot from 30 metres out. Kicks the goal. Ryan Wilson puts Vermont's second goal in a row on the board. They go on to 2 straight 12. Balwin 4-6-30. Almost 4 minutes gone here in the first term. On the Mendigo bank scoreboard. Much important goal there for the Eagles.
Certainly was, and that's actually an option that they could use, is to put Wilson forward. He's a very good mark above his head, and as you saw then, a beautiful kick for goal. Dalton's come back on. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how he goes, because he looked pretty proppy, but I think he's going to try and fight his way through it. And I like the 2 big men down there. I think that still puts some doubt in Baldwin's mind.
No one got the clear tap out in the middle. It goes up towards the half-forward line for the Tigers. Kick off the ground, goes inside forward 50. Murray will be the first one to meet it for ball when he got wrapped up. Gang tackled by 2 Eagles, and we'll have a bounce about 40 metres out from goal.
4 inside 50s to Vermont before they finally scored that last goal. This will be the first for Balwin.
Dyson, thanks to choose tap, the umpire threw it up. Gave away a free kick. It'll go the way of Vermont. Came out towards Heath Black. Had players streaming out wide, and the handball goes over towards the wing position now. Players streaming, and the good tackle was applied. Mullet with the zinc on his nose today. Got the handball across to Barry Murphy. He copped one high. The umpire saw it. So right in front of the members stand out here at Bayswater Oval. A packed members stand as well. Vermont have got the first 2 goals of this quarter, so a better start by them. Barry Murphy goes back to Black. He's been very good in his execution. Black short to Emley. The short pass is on again. It was intended for Henley. Fisted away from him. If they can get the ball out to McMahon, the Tigers will be away there. Madison Hardiman came in to lend some support. The umpire said it was a little bit too high, and Vermont will win a free kick.
5th free kick for the quarter for the Eagles.
So Emley got the handball away to Milhouse. Now it moves up towards the McCarthy direction. He kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Well done there by Bermuda. Swings around on that familiar left boot inside forward 50. Had the back spot there was Crow. That was okay. Stevie Kenner on the left. Short pass out of the defensive zone, and Gilchrist runs away.
It is good to Gilchrist. Kenner was looking for the 1-2, but the handball was a little too hot for him. The Eagles might pounce. Henley goes out wide looking for Davidson. Good, strong mark on the edge of the 50-metre arc. Short tipping ball, good to Nick Mendes, and he takes the mark 45 metres out from goal. Got a player on. It's his brother Daniel. It's just off from him. Jared Wright might pick up the crumbs, but he's got Taylor for company. Pounces on the ball now. Daniel Mendes, opportunity on the left foot. It's a shank off the boot. And it goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. And an opportunity gone begging there for the Eagles once again.
Both teams have turned the ball over a number of times through, I think, quite silly choices with their short kicks.
So Wright brought the ball in to Crow, and he goes out towards left half back. He's got a player on the outer side. Mark taken, and the Tigers will look to rebound off their half-back line. The sweeping hand pass was good to Alan Murray. Didn't get a kind bounce, and the Eagles might pounce once again. Wilson over the top. Opportunity for Davidson. Tries to feed the hand pass inboard to Ross, but it was smothered off the boot. Milhouse attacks it. Ross lays the tackle. Umpire will ball it up. And we've got a good game on our hands in the Senior Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final, all thanks to the Pie Shed. 4-6-30, the Tigers. Vermont 2 straight 12. Played just over 6.5 minutes on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Sanfilippo went up as the third man, got the tap down towards Turner's advantage. Picked up though by the Tigers, and it's McCutcheon on his left foot. Up towards true centre wing position. Gobles couldn't quite get there in time. The ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds on the full. It will be Bermuda to bring it in. Scott Black, the loose man, half back, getting plenty of the footy in this first half. He chips it short to Ellis. He's on the edge of the centre square now. He's got players leading for him now out towards the wing, but big Madison Hardiman came up and took a strong mark. He looked to move it quickly though, will Hardiman. He's got a man on short, it's Ben Turner. Plays on quickly. Big thumping kick inside 50, Gobles and Barker. In fact, Barker shepherds his man out the way, dribbles through for a minor score to Ben Turner. And the Tigers get their first score for the second term. 4-7-31 Balwin, Vermont 2 straight 12, 7.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard in this second term. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
Bermuda goes short to Alice. Marks it across the half-back line for Vermont. He's got Barry Murphy short. Also Emley elects to go for the longer option towards the Taylor direction. He's got 4 to beat. He got a handle on it. Comes down towards Henley. Tried to trap the ball. In comes Dean Kelly. Scooped out wide. Well done there by Turner. Dispossessed by Kelly. Came in. Well done Henley. Got the handball away almost. Wrapped up one arm and we'll have a bounce. True centre wing position out here at Bayswater Oval. We've gone 8 minutes in the second term. 2 goals straight Vermont. Trail. Balwin 4-7-31. The ball comes down now to Matt Murray. Balked it. Kicked it inside forward 50. It's a good ball too. The front spot. It was almost marked there by Gobles. He got to get a second chance at it. Milhouse is right on his hammer. Coming in hard was Murray. He gave Emley a high one. And it'll be Emley to receive the free kick. About 45 metres out from their goal line. So
given away a lot of silly free kicks ball in this quarter, a lot where they've just jumped into the pack at the last moment.
7-2, thanks to Choose Tap.
No, Emley went out towards the Wilson direction. He took the mark. He had a turn of speed and kicked it up towards the wing position where Galeno, who's been relatively quiet, comes out and takes a good mark. Alice was streaming forward. Robbie Ross asked for the ball to go long. That's the direction it goes, but Crow stands true and takes another good mark.
Dalton's coming straight off. He could not even change direction then.
So the Crow pass, he put his teammate under a lot of pressure in Matt Murray, but he was up to it. Takes a mark just inside the defensive 50 for the Tigers. Goes back to Christian Sanfilippo. He's got players out wider in right, so they're working the switch okay. Back into the middle to Crow. They've opened it up now. His kick goes up towards the wing position. It was a good-looking kick too. Taking the mark there was Gottliebson. Kicks it inside forward 50, looking for the Goble's direction. He nearly had a handle on a good play out by Milhouse over the back. He tried to claim the mark. Murray gets a handball away to Gobles. He's going to stream into an open goal, Jeff Goble, and he puts it through for the Tigers, and that's his first goal on the board for the afternoon. And at the 9.5-minute mark, it was the one that Balwin needed, because Vermont had a bit of the play. 5-7-37, Vermont 2 straight 12.
That really hurts Vermont as well, because Dalton was leading out there at the other end of the ground, wasn't able to change direction, which left Crow unattended, and Balwin set up and rebounded from the back line and run it down the other end of the ground. That one really hurts. It's probably a 12-point turnaround there, because if Dalton was able to mark and go back and kick a goal, that'd be a goal, but they've given up one on the rebound.
Yeah, and again, it changes the structure, and they've gone back with a semi-mid as a full forward, and I just don't like that, because he's not been able to beat Crow at all.
Had the binoculars on Dalton, and once he changed direction, the shoulders and the head slumped immediately. That does not look good. Our Akira Urgent Care boundary riders will be all over it. Davidson on the outer side tries to pick the ball up, but he's got company. Matt Murray put his head over the footy and won the free kick. Very nicely done by the younger Murray. He wins it at left half back. Came into the side late in season 2012, Matt Murray, and he's played every game since. It's his 8th match in a row. He goes towards true centre wing on the outer side. Barker was there, picked up elusively there by Steve Kenner. Left foot kick inside, 50 to Alan Murray. And he takes the mark 30 metres out, almost directly in front. And this would be a very timely go for the Tigers once again.
Oh, it's fantastic the way they're able to break from the contest and use the pace of a guy like Stevie Kenner, and who's got superb disposal skills as well. And when you can move the ball that quickly, guys like Alan Murray, with their class at higher level, you're going to hit them one out, and they're going to be able to never let you down.
And you can see the value of kicking the ball long. I mean, that's been the difference. 2 long kicks has been able to get it in easy.
Already got one behind today, Alan Murray. He goes towards goal, looks a little left, but it squeezes in. And Alan Murray kicks his first, and Balwin have their 6th. 6-7-43 a Balwin. Vermont 2 straight 12. Almost 11 and a half minutes gone here in the second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Dyson Banker, thanks to Choose Tap.
Inside forward 50s for Balwin, 22 marks. Inside forward 50, 8 for 13 scoring shots, and obviously 6 of them goals. There's your key to success for the Balwin Football Club.
So the ball back in the middle of the ground, 12 minutes gone here in the second term. A very handy lead of 31 points to the Balwin Football Club. Umpire throws it aloft now. Ross got that knocked down straight to Mullet. He charges towards the Carmody direction. It's going to meet him on the bounce. He has to break a tackle. Who's there to help him out? No one. Galeno eventually arrives on the scene, but he came in too crudely. McCutcheon will receive a free kick in the back pocket. He wants to switch it. He might be able to see his teammate Hendry in the back pocket. Instead, he put another teammate under a lot of pressure with a 2-metre pass, and will have a bounce only 45 metres out from goal.
They look for Kenner a lot, don't they,
They
David?
do,
Yeah.
all the time, and often it's not in the right position, just like that.
So the umpire throws the ball up now. Turner goes up that time against Bird. It was knocked away. Comes out towards Milhouse and swings around on the left boot. That was a good looking kick towards Murray. Great mark. Centre wing position there. Off and running now. Got the handball away. Right might be on the end of it, but this is O'Regan inside forward 50 or thereabouts, coming out and taking a good mark. Is big Norm, and Smith takes it about 60 metres out. He wants to keep the ball moving quickly. Inside forward 50 towards the Goble's direction, and he comes out and takes a ripper mark about 30 metres out from goal. He'll look to put his second on the board, and Balwin are nearly running away with this.
Oh, they've been fantastic, and those big key forwards there, they're leading out. They're actually leading their Vermont defenders to the ball, and with their extra size, they're going to outmark them every time. And if you can move the ball as quickly and as skillfully as Balwin do, and have that firepower up forward, they're just going to run away with this. Vermont need to change something up and change it up in a hurry.
And the good thing is that they've had that spread. They're able to spread their forwards so that there's always a one-on-one, and it's a clear one-on-one, and they're just using the fact that they're better in the air and quicker.
So Jeff Gobles, he'll cross the 50 now. He's kicked 1 goal in this second term. This will make it 2, and Balwin 7 for the afternoon. He comes in. It never looked like missing, except he pushed it across at the last second, and it went over the post in the end, and it 1 through for 1 behind. Lots of swing on that one, Peter Baird. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwin moved to 6-8-44. 14 scoring shots to 2. Vermont have kicked 2 straight goals.
It's crossed down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
The Vermont traders are currently applying ice and removing the strapping on Jared Dalton. He appears done for the day. He's quite dejected on the bench.
That's a huge, huge loss for Vermont as the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. The Tigers 6-8-44 to Vermont 2 straight 12. It's all been the Tigers so far in the first half of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. Boundary throw-in occurs on that outer side. Went over the head of Turner, but he was into the back of Robbie Ross on that occasion. So Ross will receive the free kick. True centering position on that outer side. He's got players streaming forward. He goes for the lead now of Galeno over his head, but Davidson was in the right place at the right time. He took the mark. He looks to swing it on the outer side. It's a dangerous kick, but it works out okay for Dean Kelly. 50 metres out, spears the ball short. He was looking for Galeno, but Churgwin was in front, and he takes the mark at left half back.
That was un-Vermont-like, passing away like that.
And just the choice and the option just wasn't there. And I just watched then they had a 5-on-6 in Vermont, and Crow's just been allowed to run free whenever he likes.
Sanfilippo, Benuto over the top, almost took the mark. He might be able to pick up the crumbs. In fact, he goes over the boundary line and out of bounds. Mitch Benuto started back, pushing forward at every opportunity and putting the Balwin defence under a lot of pressure. 6-8-44 Balwin to Vermont 2 straight 12. Dyson Baker thanks to Choose Tap.
Balwin once again more marks in their defensive 50 than Vermont in their forward 50.
Mullet and Henley go at this one. Henley picks the ball up and the umpire's happy to cross himself, and we'll see a ball up 45 metres out from the Vermont goal.
And if you have a look at the Vermont forward line, look, Crow is just standing there by himself. He's able to patrol and run and do whatever he likes.
Bird goes up in the ruck. Fraser try to get his clearing kick, falls to Kelly. Round the body, Dean Kelly from 45 out. A little bounce short and through for a minus score. Balwin Vermont go on their first minus score, 2-1-13 to Balwin 6-8-44, 15 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Well, Kenner waste no time. He got it to Crow. Hendry was running for him, and now they've crossed the defensive 50 zone. He has a bounce, Charlie Hendry, and takes him on. Has a second bounce now, gets boot to ball, kicks it up towards the half-forward line. He got felled upon after he kicked it, so the ball will go downfield. A free kick to Balwin across the half-forward line.
A lot of hands on hips at Vermont at the moment, and quite a few heads down, so they really need to lift here.
Gobles goes short inside, well, almost to the 50-metre line, and now they go inside forward 50. Lukey Barker comes out and takes a strong mark about 40 metres out from goal. It's a difficult angle, but he's a class player.
Yeah, then they're rotating those forwards so well. That time we saw Gobles further up the ground. We've seen Luke Barker at full forward. He's moved up to centre half forward at times. They're just mixing it up and keeping Vermont guessing. And because of that, they're finding space to lead into.
Ticked one goal this afternoon and one behind. This is a good-looking kick, but it pushes it across the face of goal. Eventually knocked over the boundary line and out of bounds, so they'll get another chance for it, Balwin. 16 and a half minutes gone in this second term of the Division at 1 Choose Tap Grand Final. 6-8-44 Balwin. Vermont 2-1-13. The umpire throws it in. It's a hot footy. Gobletson, he's going to be there, gets a handball backwards to Fraser, somehow squeezes it towards the direction of Harris. Can he pick it up and swing it on his left boot? He's gang tackled about 40 metres out from goal, and we'll have another bounce.
You always find, Brett, that in the grand final, a young player always stands up, and Gottliebson looks like that guy at the moment.
Been very good, and the same with Vermont. I think Davidson's been really good. It's a good name, of course, but I think he's come on and done very well as well.
The umpire threw it up. Ross got the knockdown. Ball at ground level. It'll be a free kick to Vermont. Harris went in a little bit crude. Nick Mendes gets the handball out wide. He's streaming along the wing, Vermont. That was an ordinary kick too. Not even really under pressure was Daniel Mendes. Nick pushes the ball out of bounds on the full. So
and that little combination hasn't worked all that well, has it? Mendes to Mendes has not really been a good combination so far.
McCutcheon got it to Fraser, who got it to Crow, who went to Hardham, and they're buggerising around with it a little bit here, the Balwin Tigers, but he somehow squeezes a kick towards the Barker direction. Over the back of the pack, taking a strong mark is Dean Milhouse, and he'll get it out of the danger zone for the Eagles.
He will. 2-on-1 against Gobles on that occasion, and Dean Milhouse takes the mark. Arguably best on ground a couple of weeks ago, but that's not going to be a best on ground performance because Hardeman was the recipient of that kick. Got a hand pass to McCutcheon. Matt Murray threads the eye of the needle through to Fraser. He was tackled, surely didn't dispose of the footy properly. Umpire said play on. McCutcheon attacked the footy hard, spun out of trouble. Got a hand pass to Gottliebson. Kenner's on the right side for left footer. Beautiful spearing kick, might just bounce short here of Barker. He's got some numbers on the outer side. Tregear, if he can get onto his left foot, he's away. Shane Tregear, this way then that way, on the right foot. Take your pick, Shane. The kick goes over the top and through for a minus score. And Balwin go on to 6-9-45 to Vermont 2-1-13, 18 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Second term of the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final in the Eastern Football League, and it's all thanks to EFL Game Day and the Pie Sheet.
That's probably been the only disappointing part of Balwin's game. They've had 15 shots at goal to 3. yet they're only 5 goals in front.
Benitez kicked it, went towards Taylor. He almost took it on the chest. Charging through there was McMahon for the Tigers. Tried to get a handball out. The pressure was immense. Crow got down on hands and knees, got it back to Murray, got it to McCutcheon, whose kick was an absolute shank. They don't know what to do with it across the half-back line there. This is Ryan Wilson. He goes backwards to Ellis. Over to Lockie Johns. He's been quiet. He's going to switch it to the outer side of the ground.
Certainly will, and Vermont are off and running. Milhouse goes short. And Benitez got it at right half back. He goes towards half forward. Henley used his body really well. Smart play there from a smart player. Plays on immediately. Spears the ball, but standing in the hole there was Sanfilippo. But Galeno likes his situation. Round the body, Andrea, and Galeno's off to the right-hand side. And no one can buy a goal lately in this second term. It's Vermont 2-2-14. Balwin 6-9-45. 20 minutes gone in the second term of this Choose Tap Grand Final.
They've got to kick the ball long, Vermont. They can't afford to stop it because Balwin flood back too quickly. So they showed then if they kick it long that they can get it in and get them one-on-one.
Neil Hewson's got it left half back, got a hand pass to right. Working the phone box at the moment. Ends up with Nick Smith. Swings onto the right foot. It's a good kick as well. In position there was Gobles, came to Gottliebson, and he did all right. The left foot kick from Tregear inside to Barker, who was all by himself, and he'll run into the easiest goal you will ever find. Balwin go on to 7-9-51. Vermont 2-2-14. It's a 37-point lead at Bayswater Oval. It's all the Tigers. 20.5 minutes gone in the second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL Game Day, all thanks to the pie shift.
Yeah, look, it's and you can see their structure has completely broken down, Vermont. That's been the change, is that it's hard to believe that one player can cause that much, but that's what it looks like to me, and they haven't been able to structure up appropriately, and they've got a lot to think about at the moment, Vermont, and because things are not working out, and Balwin could really run away with it if they kick another one or two.
16 scoring shots to 4. The ball's kicked out by Johns up towards the half-forward line, nearly held out there. We will receive a free kick as Shane Davidson wants to get the ball moving quickly. Gives it back to Johns from outside 50. It's a surging kick towards goal, but it goes through only for a minor score. They needed that one, the Vermont Football Club. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as we cross time on 2-3-15, but they're trailing Balwin 7-9-51.
Hendry was a little overzealous in trying to move the ball in quickly. The umpire hadn't signalled it behind, so he's called back to take the kick out. And you go towards left half back. A couple of targets there. Turner from the side will fly. Ball comes to ground. Numbers are with the Tigers. Chergwin, who's played a good first half, looking for Milhusen. Over his head, Tregear attacked it, but falls to Davidson. His short tip back to Chergwin, and he takes the mark at left half back. Right in front of the Choose Taps hydration station. They'll go back to go forward here. Sanfilippo chips it short to Hendry. Wasn't a great kick, made Hendry do some work, and he goes back to Sanfilippo. He looked to rebound now off half back. Kick in towards the middle of Bayswater Oval, looking for Gilchrist, and he read that ball nicely to the captain. He goes further afield up towards the full forward area. Barker was there, didn't get a good bounce though. Picked up by Tim Johnson, got a hand pass over the top to McCarthy. And the veterans away off half back. The kick up towards the centre wing position was thumped away, but picked up by Nick Mendes. He runs to the centre wing position, kicks inside 50, but Chergwin again. Galeno playing behind once again on that occasion, Brett Davidson, and Hendry will mop up across half back. He now goes towards Fraser and Kelly. Fraser did well to use his body, but couldn't quite take the mark. Kelly used his experience to get it to Wilson. The kick is dangerous. It might not suit the Eagles. Galeno's at ground level, likes his situation, played for the free kick. Wasn't able to quite get there. The Tigers are on in the middle of the ground if they can take a mark, and they can. And it is that man in Tregear.
Tregear gets it off. That was good play. Sanfilippo running up the ground, kicks it on Murray's chest, coming out. He's playing a great game, got the handball away. They're streaming forward in towards McMahon. He might be able to take off here, McMahon. Instead, he'll go to the Goble's direction, and he comes out and takes a good mark. They could have raffled at the two men down there. Alan Murray also down there, and a good mark has been taken. And Barker, from about 25 metres out from goal, will look to shoot for his second goal.
The transference of that play was absolutely sensational. Right. Just great skills. Crisp, they used the ball well, got into great space, and you know, hard to stop there. But again, I think it came down to some very poor defensive work from the Vermont forwards there.
30 metres out from goal. He's kicked one. He comes in. He pushes it hard. He's made the goal umpire work with this one, but I think he likes it. Goal on the board to the Balwin Tigers. That's their 8th. That's his second. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they move to 8 goals, 9-57. It's a massive lead now. Vermont 2-3-15.
I think you're a bit harsh there on the Vermont backman there, Brett Davidson. What Balwin are doing, they're out-Vermonting Vermont at the moment. The way they can turn the ball over and go long down the corridor and catch their forwards one out. When you hit players with that sort of experience, guys like Luke Barker, Alan Murray, Nick Smith, Jeff Goble's down there with such fast ball movement and get them one-on-one like that, they're going to beat their opponents 9 times out of 10.
I meant it was the Vermont forwards who didn't lay the pressure down here. That was the area that I was concerned with. Galeno and those boys not working hard enough to keep the ball in the forward line.
Kelly off to Mullet, kick inside 50. He was looking for Ross. He doesn't get an accommodating bounce. It's a big ruckman, but he finds Galeno, likes his pocket. The kick was beautifully smothered by Jared Chergwin, who is playing a second quarter to die for at the moment. Vermont Vermont trailed this one by 42 points. We've only played 24 and a half minutes in the second term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Hand pass comes out to Gilchrist and it finds Hendry. Kick around the body from Charlie up towards true centre wing. Through the hands of Vermont, but picked up here by Milhouse. Back to Mendes. Short chipping ball. Made McMahon do some work, but Bermuda had him for company. Bermuda applies the tackle now right in front of us here in the broadcast position. McMahon still trying to get his way through. We'll see a ball up right in front of us here in the broadcast position. EFL game day today, all thanks to the Pie Shed. Ben Waterworth, Ben Warren Smith, Brett Davidson, Peter Baird, Dyson Baker, Damien Watson and Braden Ingram with you. Madison Hardiman now had plenty of time to dispose of it, surely holding the ball. Might not matter though, because Mullet's left foot kick is just towards Galeno's advantage, but the siren sounds and it's too late for Vermont, and it's been a first half to remember for the Balwin Football Club. The Tigers are 8-9-57, Vermont 2-3-15. 42 points is the margin. It's all black and yellow at Bayswater Oval. Let's take a break here. Well, the three-quarter time, well, the third quarter siren is about to sound. It sounds now, but Dyson, you saw that. A free kick apparently was plucked out.
Yeah, Dan Beard picking a free kick out of the Balwin back line, going the way of Balwin.
Well, Ben Warren Smith will take us away the third quarter on EFL game day.
So it was Smith who went up to the half-forward line. Murray had a big fly over the back of the pack. Mendes is in there, so too is Carmody. Going after it again was Nick Mendes. Paddling it to his advantage was Mullet. And the captain streams away now. Bangs it on his boot out of the danger zone. That was a really nice-looking kick out towards the wing position, towards the Milhouse direction. He's got to beat 3 players out there. The first one is down there is Milhouse, and he nearly copped one in the back. The umpire will come in and bounce it. True centre wing position out here at Bayswater Oval. At half-time, it was 8-9-57, playing 2-3-15. The Tigers have the lead. There's been no score. We've only gone 1 minute in this third term. Kenner got a little toe poke, gained a valuable 10 metres or so. Heath Black will run it over the boundary line and out of bounds as we cross down boundary side, thanks to Akira urgent care to Braden Ingram.
Thanks, BWS. Was able to jump in the boardrooms at halftime. The real message was execution. They lost the free kick count and the clearance count, but still won the quarter, and the mindset. They still have to play to win and not to hold on here today.
The ball comes back in. Emily paddled it towards the Johns direction. It went back to Emily over the handball over the top towards the Davidson direction. He's got the run of Brian Mullet. He looks like he's ready to get right into this game. Mullet kicks up towards the half-forward line. McCutcheon put his body on the line. Milhouse and charges out too. They've got the numbers. The handball there by Wilson. Found a teammate. Snap around the body. Milhouse. It's got to bounce right for him. Right down there also is Alice. Can he trap the ball? He keeps the ball in play and over the boundary line. Eventually it paddles over. Only about 15 metres out from goal.
Promising signs for Vermont though. Ryan Mullet getting his hands on the ball twice early in this third term. If they're going to get back into the game, he's one player that can get them back up and going.
Deep in the Vermont forward line, Ross goes up in the ruck, got the knockdown. It came out towards the Harris and John's direction. Harris is there for the Tigers. He did well. He had time. He swung around on the left boot, kicked it outside the defensive 50. Carmody was there for the Eagles. Nearly copped one in the back. Inside forward 50 was Johnson, but he got crunched in the tackle, and they're going to run away with it. Sanfilippo, he's got Murray out wide. The ball just needs to sit up for him, so he takes it now. He has a bounce. Alan Murray, he might have a second. He does so now. He's got an absolute paddock. He kicks the ball inside forward 50, looking for the Hardiman direction. Knocked away from him there by Black. That was good play. They're going to get out of it. Heath Black streaming out of the half-back line. He needs to have a bounce or get rid of it. He got it across to Mendes of the Daniel variety. He moved it to Carmody. Out wider still. They kick the ball inside forward 50. It's a one-on-one situation over the back of Crow's Head. Also there is Ross, who's going to win this contest. Ross tackles Crow to the ground, and the Tigers once again are going to clear out of the danger zone.
They certainly will. It was that man Jared Chergwin who was intercepting the opposition's ball, and Harris's kick out wide to Sanfilippo, true centre wing, but picked up by that man Davidson. He's almost clearly been Vermont's best players so far. Johns gets a little hand pass back to Carmody, and they'll look to rebound here for the Eagles. Barry Murphy picks it up here for the Eagles. Little hand pass over the top, works out okay to Black. This way, then that way, then goes on the right foot up towards Truce and half forward, but it's all the Tigers. And Tregear takes the mark, Truce and half back. He's got right on the outer side, but there's no one on this outer side working hard except his skipper and Gilchrist. He says, why don't you kick to me, Jared? And Jared says, because I want Ryan McMahon. And he goes towards that direction, and that's why he kicked it there, because McMahon took the mark. He plays on now to Gilchrist. It gives the don't argue. Handball back to McMahon was sloppy. Kelly had bought a pants on it. The handball was over the top to Ryan Wilson. Nice turn of step there, but Kenner laid the tackle at the right time. Wilson goes back and gets it. Now to Daniel Mendes. The left foot kick towards goal from Mendes is brilliant. And that's the start the Vermont Football Club wanted. Daniel Mendes kicks the third goal for Vermont, 3-3-21 the Eagles, to Balwin 8-9-57. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the third term of the Division 1 Choose Tap Grand Final on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's all thanks to the pie shed today, Phil.
The structure of Vermont in the forward line looks a little bit better. Ross deep. They've done what I hope they do. Wilson looks like he's gone to centre half forward. He's been involved in a couple of touches. That looks better for them. They look a little bit more focused.
Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
Just on Ryan Wilson, 6 possessions in the first half. Already has 2 leading possession winner on the ground.
The ball's in the centre square. Harris, he tried to break too many tackles. He eventually got pinged holding the ball. Kelly, he won't be the recipient. He wanted to go on with it. So, inside the centre square, Lachlan Johns. It's important he spots up a target here. Instead, he's going very, very long. That's a great kick by Johnson. Might go all the way through. It eventually hits the post on the bounce. Unbelievable kick there by Lachlan Johns. That would have really set them alight. Minor score is the result on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Vermont 3-4-22. Balwin 8-9-67.
The other move Chris Barlow's made at halftime, he's moved Dean Milhouse, who's made his name as a defender for Vermont. He's moved him into the half-forward line. So try and change up something and try something a little bit different.
Well, Stevie Kenner takes the ball now, and his kick to Harris was dangerous. Great pressure there from Ryan Wilson, Brett Davidson's man, but he followed up the ball beautifully there, Kenner, and got a little hand pass inboard. The string of hand passes ends up with Gilchrist. He dumps the ball inside 50 to the Gobles. He takes the mark, 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Got a player on board. It's a training drill. McMahon doesn't decide to play on. He'll go back and have a shot 25 metres out directly in front.
The other thing that Balwin have done is they've used the corridor today. They've forced Vermont out wide, which is something Vermont haven't been used to doing. So every time Balwin turn over that ball, they go straight down the middle. And Rennie Gilchrist is one player that's given them plenty of run down that middle of the ground.
That was magnificent play from Kenner, though, and Barry Murphy's got him, and he just wasn't able to keep up with him.
McMahon comes in now, looks a little right, but it squeezes in, and Balwin get the quick reply in the Division 1 Grand Final. 9-9-63 the Tigers. Vermont 3-4-22, just over 5.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. This is EFL Game Day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
That goal is what you call a team deflator. Vermont came out, they kicked the first goal, had a little bit of momentum going. They're probably looking to put another 2 or 3 on the board without Balwin scoring, but Balwin are able to hit back with that quick answer. That just takes the wind right out of your sails, Brett Davidson.
It does, but I think Chris will be a lot happier with the way the forward line of Vermont is functioning, and the fact that they have been in a lot more contests while they've been down there. They've just got to get it down there a bit quicker.
So it'll be Turner versus Taylor. The latter got the knockdown right down into the middle of the centre square out here. Bayswater Oval comes out to Mendes, tried to squeeze a handball away. That was good play by Turner. Somehow got boot to ball, and the ball scoots outside the centre square towards a Davidson direction for the Eagles. He's got plenty of players on his hammer, needs to paddle it to his advantage. He does so. He got some support from Nick Mendes. Rubber to kick up towards the half-forward line. That was okay. Geez, the pressure's fierce in this third term. The premiership quarter. Davidson for the Eagles. Outside 50, short pass to Ross. That was good play. That was better, Brett Davidson.
It was, and it gives them a bit of structure. You've got a big bloke there in space. Davidson's been certainly very, very good, and his second and third efforts then were outstanding.
So yet to trouble the scorers this afternoon. Big Robbie Ross, superstar for the Vermont Football Club. A very important kick, and it's a good-looking kick. It's on target too. Robbie Ross has his first of the afternoon, and the Vermont Football Club at the 7-minute mark of the Choose Tap Division 1 Grand Final in the third quarter moved to 4 goals, 4-28. Still trailing though, Balwin 9-9-63.
We spoke about the heart of the Vermont Football Club at half-time there, Ben Waterworth. One thing they won't do is go away. They won't give this contest up. They've come out, they've kicked 2 goals in the opening 7 minutes of this quarter. Balwin have been able to get one against the flow of play, but they've looked much better and much more structured with Robbie Ross there at full forward.
So and they've just got to kick another one, don't they, Ben?
They need to get 2 in a row. That's been a struggle for Vermont today. Can they do it now? They've got Premier Ruckman Simon Taylor to go up against Turner in the ruck, and Taylor got the tap down towards the advantage of Mullet. We've seen that a couple of times this year, Peter Baird. Mullet towards the full forward area. Rod Crow's at the back, but a free kick's going the way of the Eagles. And it will be for a hold, and they'll receive the free kick, and the kick will come about 35 metres out, tight angle, and will go to Milhouse, the man who's been thrusted forward in this third term.
That's what actually happens, though. You put a bit of pressure on the defenders when you're able to get the ball quickly out of the middle of the ground and put it down there. They panic a little bit and might give away free kicks. Dean Milhouse is a great player. I'm going to go back. I'm going to back him home from here.
Peter Baird trying his best to put the commentators' moz on Dean Milhouse. He's a defender come forward in the third term. He comes in now, and he looks very nice off the boot. Vermont might still have a little bit of life left in them. Milhouse kicks his first, and Vermont kicked their fifth. 5-4-30 for the Eagles. Balwin 9-9-63, back to 29 points. 8.5 minutes gone on EFL game day, all thanks to the pie shed.
I tell you what, Balwin don't want to rue those missed opportunities when they had complete control of the game in that first quarter and a half, where they'd had 15 shots to 3. We're only 5 goals down. We're still right in it here, Vermont, so it's going to be very, very interesting. Kick another one and game on.
At the 9-minute mark of the third quarter, the umpire throws it up again. Taylor got the knockdown straight into the arms of Mendes. We'll have a restart right in the centre circle.
We've spoken about how important Ryan Mullet is. He's probably got 2 or 3 clearances this quarter. He's the player that Vermont are going to look to get back in this game.
6 touches so far, thanks to Choose Tap.
The ball comes out wide. They might get another go at it too here, the Eagles. The handball came towards Carmody. He was under a lot of pressure, went towards Mendes. Madison Hardiman got the handball back to Murray. He went back to Gobletson. He got a little quick kick inside forward 50 or thereabouts. Sanfilippo gets it to Tregear. Tregear's got Kenner. This is his forte, Stevie Kenner. He pushes it across the face, but it was a good kick too because Goble was there. He couldn't quite pull it in. His second effort was super, and he slams it through. What a goal that is by Jeff Goble. Fantastic play. That's his third on the board. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, the Tigers get the answer. That's their 10th, 10-9-69. Vermont 5-4-34.
And you could see there were 3 situations then. The turnover here by Vermont, where they ran the wrong way, gave the poor handball. Stevie Kenner's work was just magnificent, and his centering kick was tremendous. And that goal was, he's a good footballer, this Gobles. He really can play.
He's got some speed too,
hasn't he? Yeah.
And he's got the respect of most Division 1 coaches because they like him at centre-half forward on the SEN Division 1 Team of the Year. As the kick goes up, looking for that man as if on cue, but Vermont have the numbers at the back. Black got a hand pass to Emily, feigns the kick and now goes up towards true centre-half forward to absolutely no one. Milhouse will receive this ball now at true centre-half back. He's got Kenner over the top, who's been everywhere throughout this game. He takes the ball on true centre wing. He centres the ball dangerously, but it works out okay for Harris, who communicated nicely with Hardiman on that occasion. Now off to O'Regan. Gets a hand pass to Sanfilippo, but he ran into a Davidson tackle, was able to shrug it on the outer side. He's got Wright. Ball bouncing in the middle of Bayswater Oval. Didn't bounce favourably though for Wright. Ends up in the hands of Kelly. The kick inside 50 is over the head of Ross, but straight to Henley. And Nathan Henley takes the mark. Left forward pocket. He'll have about 25 metres to cover. Vermont need this one.
Oh, they certainly do. What would have been the philosophy, though, at half-time, Brett Davidson? Do you go in there and say, we're going to knock off 3 or 4 goals this quarter and perhaps not try and get the last 3 or 4 in the last? If so, they would have knocked off 12 points already this quarter if they can put this one through. It's not a bad start from Vermont. They just need to keep working.
Yeah, they've got to just make sure that they can't let the rebound goals keep occurring. So kick another one here, and that's 4. They've done pretty well. Henley towards goal, looks very nice off the boot. Goal umpire did not move, and Nathan Henley kicks his first, and Vermont get the quick reply once again. 10-9-69 the Tigers. Vermont 6-4-40. 11.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL game day. All thanks to the pie shed. Let's cross down boundary side. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care, Braden Ingram.
Boys, talk about needing to rebound. Dan Donati told his troops at half-time, first 10 minutes were crucial. Vermont were going to come out and give everything they've got, and that's certainly what we're seeing now. And he's told his players they need to be aware of that, and they need to make sure they lift to the intensity that Vermont are going to bring and have brought so far.
Doing a great job, our boundary riders, thanks to Akira Urgent Care this afternoon. The ball back in the middle. It was Smith going up against Bird. No clear tap out that time, but once again a grubber kick goes out towards the wing position, picked up by Gobletson. What a super player he is. Gets it to Smith, who banks it every bit of 60 metres inside forward 50 over the head of Gobles. They might be able to get out of this, Vermont. There's about 20 players around the ball. Benuda was in there, so too is Mendes, and the umpire will come in and bounce it. Madison Hardiman had his opponent wrapped up in a nice tackle. 40 metres out from goal. It's down Balwin's end. They currently lead by 29 points at the 12.5-minute mark. The umpire throws it up again. Smith got the knockdown into the arms of Gobles. Hardeman tried to steal the ball off him. The umpire will come in and bounce it, moving it along to about 35 metres out from goal now.
Young Barry Murphy's got the roll on Kenner, and he is really struggling to keep up with him in these contests. You watch the way Kenner's able to move through the contest.
The umpire throws the ball up. Smith got the knockdown. Once again, it went towards the Goble's direction. He was trying to find his teammate. And once again, we'll have another stoppage as we cross to Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, look, a lot of the clearances pretty much being run and won by Bourne at the moment. They've worked their way out slowly to 6 now for the quarter.
Once again, the umpire throws the ball off, no clear disposal. Harris got the quick kick on his opposite foot, went towards the black direction at the last line of defence. He gets it over towards Lachlan Johns. He had Mendes if he wanted him. Instead, he wanted to go towards the Davidson direction, and the foot race is created on the outer side.
Certainly is, and Fraser won that race, but Davidson was great in the second effort. He's been outstanding. Receives the 1-2 from Kelly. Shane Davidson's got options inside 50. Which way will he go? Umpire down.
Holding free kick inside 50.
So Nathan Henley was held off the footy, and he will receive the free kick another 50 metres away. So Henley's got an opportunity to put his second goal in a row on the board.
And this is what happens when you start to move the ball quickly into the forward half. It puts the defenders under pressure. They make decisions that they wouldn't normally make. Henley's a dangerous player. I think he's not coming up for his third goal now. So it's really important that Vermont continue to run and run and run and get the ball into their forward line quickly.
Vermont have kicked 4 goals to 2 this term. Nathan Henley has already put 1 on the board. This from 30 metres out directly in front. Looks left, but it squeezes back for another minus score. And Nathan Henley, an opportunity gone begging. They would have loved that one. The margin now goes to 28 points. Balwin 10-9-69. Vermont 6-5-41. 14.5 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Peter Baird.
That quick ball move, not only does it make the defender under pressure and make him make bad decisions, but it also doesn't allow his teammates to flood back and give him a chop out.
Oh, Kennett kicked it into the hot spot. Harris had to put his body on the line, and boy, did he ever. Great mark. So it's still in the defensive arc for the Vaughan Tigers. Harris switches the play out wide to Crow. At a super season, he doesn't waste any time with it either. Gets it onto right. Wants to go back to Crow. Well, they've got time here, Balwin, to size up the right option, and it was a beautiful looking kick into the middle of the ground too. The mark's been taken by Jared Chergwin, and he got a little bit extra, and the umpire said 25 metres is the result against Dean Kelly. It's a little bit undisciplined play there. They can't afford to be doing that when they're on a bit of a roll, Brett.
Yeah, yes and no. Chergwin was made to earn it. I don't mind it. It shows that there's a little bit of intent, a little bit of fire. So it's 25 and it's in an area where it's not like he's going to have a shot for goal. So I obviously don't want to see the boy hurt, but a solid contest doesn't hurt at all in that situation.
So it'll be Rennie Gilchrist, the captain. He has the ball.
He doesn't look in a good way, Chergwin. He's struggling.
Without Braden will be right on his hammer, getting us up to date. So Gilchrist spots up Crow, who's run all the way down from the back pocket in the middle of the ground. He balks one. He might give it back to Gilchrist. He might want to kick a captain's goal. Rennie Gilchrist put under pressure at the last moment. Kicks it to the top of the goal square where Gobles takes a mark, but it was behind the behind line, and through it goes for a minus score. On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwin moved to 10-10-70. Vermont 6-5-41.
EFL game day all thanks to the Pie Shed today. See Mark and the team in their Bayswater and Scoresby stores as Davidson gets yet another possession. Off to Lockie Johns. The two young boys combining well today. Johns kicks it out wide. The mark's been taken for the Eagles. Short chipping ball over the top was good. Henley over the top, but standing in the way once again is Roderick Crow. He goes up towards Fraser at half forward. He provided a good contest against the much taller Ross. Ross did well. Johnson and Ross, no one wanted it. They both shepherded. And in the end, the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. 60 metres out from goal. 16.5 minutes gone in the third term. The Division 1 Senior Choose Tap Grand Final in the EFL. It's Balwin 10-10-70 to Vermont 6-5-41. The Eagles will get the clearance from this stoppage and they go up towards true centre wing, but the kick straight to that man again.
It's been good.
Rod Crow being allowed to roam free all day today.
And that's a disappointment. He's been allowed to do it. I mean, everyone, it's good that he's playing well, but gee whiz, he's just standing there by himself.
Wright's kick was smothered off the boot, a little bit lazy on that occasion, picked up by the Eagles. Umpire said the tackle was legal on that outer side, and Ellis sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds.
10 marks for Rod Crow, thanks to Choose Tap.
And he's still standing by himself.
The only throwing occurs now. Smith over the top, got the tap down to Hendry. This way then that way, Charlie. Did it nicely to Harris. Swings onto that left foot, looking for Hardeman. He came through, but Goble's in front. He is a star. He handballs quickly off to Tregear. The long left foot kick suits Barker in position A. Good thump away though from that man in McCarthy, and he'll thump it over the boundary line and out of bounds, 45 metres out from goal.
I'll tell you what, if we don't give Rod Crow the Blue Ribbon medal this afternoon, I reckon we give him a can of deodorant, because no one's gone near him.
Peter Baird with some comedic style work today on EFL game day, thanks to the pie shed. Nick Mendes at the bottom of that pack. Murray did well to feed out a hand pass towards his skipper and Gilchrist, but the ball was held in, and we'll see a ball up 45 metres out from goal. Balwin 10-10-70, Vermont 6-5-41, 18 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. In the Division 1 Grand Final in the Eastern Football League. Black from the clearance, and the ball on a string today, uses his non-preferred right foot, but guess who too? Rod Crow takes an uncontested mark, and they can rebound once again.
And unless Vermont are playing a +1 in the midfield, why would you allow him just to stand by himself? Because they're not playing a loose down their defensive area.
Rowe got it to Hendry, who kicks it inside forward 50, and a great mark taken there by Goble. He comes out, he'll be on a 45-degree angle. He is the man of the moment. He's loving this stage out here today at Bayswater Oval, and he'll shoot to kick his third goal.
Just so strong overhead. He's a great leap. He's fast. He's fantastic at ground level. He lays great tackles. This guy's just a complete footballer.
Yeah, he's very athletic too for his size, and you wouldn't not back him to kick this.
As we cross the 19th minute mark, Jeff Gobles, 2 goals this afternoon. This is a big kick. It might be enough if he can squeeze it through, but he pushes it to the left-hand side. A let off for Vermont there as we almost reach time on here in the third quarter, the premiership quarter of the Division 1 Grand Final. Balwin lead at 10-11-71. It's a 5-goal margin. Vermont 6-5-41.
2 goals, 2 in this grand final for Jeff Gobles today, but his presence has been outstanding for the Tigers. Black brings the ball in and goes out towards left half back, and Taylor takes a strong contested mark, and that's what they need. He gets a hand pass off to Daniel Mendes. He's kicked out wide. I don't know who it was to, because Milhouse and Fraser in the end were the only 2 players out there. And the ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds.
It was a kick to the boundary line, Ben, and he found the target he was looking for.
Found touch in the end. Cross down boundary side very shortly as Smith got the tap down, but Daniel Mendes is there, starting to lift his work rate. Ball up will occur. Braden Ingram, thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Jared Churgan, the doctor's being pretty coy though, not telling me too much. Looks like it might be his jaw though. He's been up and about, and he should be back on in about 5 minutes or so.
He's a big loss if he's off the ground for a while, because he has been outstanding today. So is this man Gottliebson, as if on cue. Got a hand pass to the run of Hendry. Takes a bounce on the outer side. Takes a second. He likes the situation. Takes a third. 30 metres out and closing from the impossible angle. Charlie Hendry. It's off to the near side, and a minus score for Balwin. Wouldn't that have brought Bayswater Oval to its feet? 10-12-72, Balwin. Vermont 6-5-41. 20.5 minutes gone in the third term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL game day, all thanks to the pie shed.
Heath Black went short to Bermuda. Always a good kick. Went out towards a Mullet direction. He's given away a free kick here. Not necessary. Went for the big fly. So Balwin, we get another chance to reload. The kick goes inside forward 50. It was an absolute shank too. The intended target was Ben Harris, but over it goes out of bounds on the full. Right underneath that Bendigo Bank scoreboard. It's a 31-point margin to the Balwin Tigers. It's 21 minutes gone here in this third term. The kick goes up towards a true centre wing position over the back of the pack. Ross got a knock on it. He's thereabouts. They might get a kick through Davidson, a little grubbing kick up towards the half forward line. The boundary line beats all players, and over she goes for a boundary throw in.
How close do Vermont need to be at three-quarter time, Brent Davidson, to have any chance in this game in the final quarter?
4 goals. Got to be 4 goals.
So the umpire threw it in. Ross got the knockdown. The kick goes inside forward 50. Galino's in there and taking a strong mark. That's number 12. Rod Crow, you are a star. Waste no time in getting on with it. Kicks it across the face of goal. It was dangerous. He just needed his teammate to be up to it, and Rennie Gilchrist was. That's why he's the captain. He kicks it up towards the wing position. Tregear pulled in a lovely one-hander. Great slips catch. On the left foot, a trusty left foot it is as well. That was a nice looking kick. Goble stands strong, takes the mark, gets it across to inside forward 50 to McMahon. He got a push in the back. He's very lucky to have received a free kick here. It looked like it was in the side, and he dropped the ball. So Ryan McMahon, who's already kicked 1 goal today, have it just outside 50, kicks it inside forward 50 now. That's a strong mark taken there. Right. The umpire's coming in, and he's going to give Harris a 25-metre penalty, and he's a hard man too, isn't he? Ben Harris, and he'll kick from only about 20 metres out now, but he's still on a slight angle.
There's no need for that at all. That's one where there is no need to make that late contest. But yeah, there's a few big holes down in that Vermont defensive area, and some boys really need to lift. Bermuda really needs to start to give him a little bit of a lift. He's done very little at this stage, and his raking left foot's much needed for them to clear the ball.
So it's a 31-point margin out here at Bayswater Oval. Balwin have the shot on goal. Ben Harris has one. Ben Harris still has one. He pushes it to the left-hand side. A minor score to the Tigers. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they move along to 10 goals, 3, 13, 73. Vermont 6-5, 41.
Ben Harris, one of only 5 Balwin players to play all 21 matches in season 2012. As Bermuda brings it in the Johns, and he goes up towards True centering on the outer side. Crow again stands in the way, Brett Davidson, and he paddled towards the advantage of McCutcheon. Got a little underground hand pass looking for Stevie Kenner, but the ball went over the boundary line and out of bounds. 10-13, 73 Balwin, Vermont 6-5, 41. This is EFL game day. All thanks to the Pie Shed, C Mark and the team there, Bayswater and Scoresby Stores. Taylor got the tap down, looking for McMahon. He tried to ride the bump. He didn't dispose of the ball properly, but the umpire said, we'll have a ball up, gentlemen, on that outer side.
Now, I've looked around the ground. I cannot find the loose for Vermont that hasn't got Crow. So he must be on ball, which means someone's not actually doing their work, because they should be getting the clearances away, because it's not working. If you've got the +1 at the ball, you're not getting it, and you're allowing Crow to just do whatever he likes. You've got to match him up.
Either that or you call for a head count.
Thank you very much, Peter Baird, as Fraser pounces on this footy, looking for McMahon. Swooped on there by O'Regan, was looking for Kenner on the way back, but he goes back to go forward in the end. Tricky was under a lot of pressure on that occasion, and Vermont will cause the turnover. Daniel Mendes starting to lift, gets a hand pass over the top to Henley. Left foot kick inside, 50's good, just over the top of Milhouse's head on that occasion. Henley now picks it up, but was suited upon here by Milhouse. Back to Sanfilippo, he's not sure which way to go. He'll have to switch it. Great defensive pressure applied there by the Eagles. It was Milhouse on that occasion. We'll see a boundary throw in. 40 metres out from goal. The Eagles desperately need the next one if they want to have any chance of winning the Division 1 Premiership this season. Henley's left foot was smothered off the boot. He goes back for another shot. Tried to shrug another tackle. The ball spills loose. Who can pick it up? It will be Jared Wright for Balwin. Finds McMahon. His right foot kick out towards true centre wing position. Straight into the hands of Simon Taylor, though. He's got to move it quickly. Time is not on at the side of Balwin, of Vermont, I should say, but it certainly is a Balwin, and they're looking good at the moment as Barker's got the ball on the outer side. Look at how much space the Balwin forwards have to work with. Gobles calls for it now. The ball goes in that direction from the side. Gilchrist or Gobles, or one
Smith.
of the two, or Nick Smith. Or the third one. Nick Smith takes the mark on the outer side. He'll look to bring it inboard. All by himself, Liam Fraser. Bounce important. Bounce is shocking. Fraser makes it work, and Fraser misses. Through for another minor score to Liam Fraser. And Balwin, well, they've had plenty of opportunities to run away with this game. 10-14, 74 the Tigers. Vermont 6-5, 41, 25 and a half minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
Heath Black has the ball for Vermont. Expect him to go for the long option. He does so now. There's a long surging kick looking for Taylor. He got a handle on it. Ball comes to the ground and we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square out here at Bayswater Oval. Half forward line for the Balwin Football Club. 24 scoring shots to 11. You can't see Vermont being able to get back into this game, but you never say never. They're going to get another go at it though. Ball goes out wide. Wrapped up in the tackle, and we'll have another boundary throw, another ball up. Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap Match.
I told you that marks inside 50 were going to be crucial. I'm going to keep harping back at that stat because it's working well. Balwin 5 marks inside 50 from their 13 times now. They've scored 7 times.
Well, Taylor got a big fist on it. Game out to Mullet, who kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Ross was there. Daniel Mendes makes space. That was good play. Takes a mark about 70 metres out. He has Emily all by himself in the middle of the ground if he wants to go to him. Instead, he goes out wide. That's a good-looking kick. Kick to the top of the goal square. The tallest player might win out here. It goes across the face of goal. Little kick off the ground there. Great defensive play by the Tigers. Over she goes for a boundary throw-in. Members side of the ground.
On the flip side of the coin, inside forward 50s for Vermont 13. Only managed 2 marks inside 50. They've scored 4 goals too.
So they need the next goal. There's only a few moments remaining in this third quarter. The ball comes out now. Right near that boundary line. Expected it to go over, and it did eventually. So the last minute or so to slow down a little bit. Balwin will be happy with that, although they will be unhappy that they've been peppering the goals and not being able to put this game within doubt. But they do have a handy lead. The umpire throws it in. Sanfilippo took it from the knock-in, got wrapped up in a tackle by Kelly, and we'll have another stoppage.
Tell you what, it's been a very well umpired game as well today. Very well umpired.
Only the best, Dan Beard and Wayne Duke and Jason Herman doing a great job today.
Dan Beard throws it up now. Taylor got the knockdown. It came out towards the direction of Turner. He somehow got boot to ball, kicked it up towards the Goble's direction, but chopped off there by Wilson. He was met heavily by Hardiman. Copped a little one after he got rid of it, and Lux of Fortune too, because Kenner was running away with the ball. So Vermont up towards the wing position. This is Emily. He has time. Nice looking kick up towards the 50-metre line. His intended target was Taylor, but it's been knocked over the boundary line and out of bounds. So three-quarter time out here at Bayswater Oval, and it's a big lead to the Balwin Football Club. 10 goals, 14-74. Vermont 6-5-41. Ben Waterworth, this game might not nearly be over.
It might not be. 33 points is the lead, but you'll have to find out right after this.
30 minutes left in season 2012, and the umpire throws it up in the middle. Smith got the knockdown. That was okay. Mendes got the clearance, though. Gets it back to Black, slams it on his boot, kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Who's going to come out and charge and take a mark? That was a terrific play. Trav Bird been relatively quiet this afternoon, but if he can have the last quarter, will go a long way in helping his side. That's a good-looking kick, too. And inside forward 50 taking a mark is Dean Milhouse. Now he's got to go back and back himself here. In fact, it's Xavier Barry Murphy. Usually plays down back. He's a nice kick of the football. He fancies himself here. He's been told by the bench to go for it. So Barry Murphy from outside 50 kicks it to the hot spot now. Who's going to be the big flyer? Taylor's there over the back of the pack. Good play by Tregear on the left boot. Kicks it out towards the Murray direction across the half-back line. Mendes is at the fall of the ball. That's at the Daniel variety. He tried to get a handball away. He was dispossessed, but they've still got another chance. But McMahon, standing in the hole, takes a good mark for the Tigers, and he'll look to bounce it out.
They've been so solid down back today, have the Tigers. Every time that Vermont have gone forward, there's always seems to be that extra number, and this is one of them. Rod Crow always seems to be that extra man. He's got the ball in the right back pocket, and he brings it out towards the outer side. And he's got McCutcheon. A little chip over the top. It was good to Alan Murray, who had a great first half, just a little quiet in that third term. His kick out wide was good to Harris. Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
That last mark of Rod Crow's is 13th for the match.
He's been everywhere today. Hendry receives the ball on the true centre wing, and he goes out wide looking for O'Regan. Found him on the bounce, and Harris is happy to see the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds on that outer side. Speaking of the boundary, let's cross down to Damien Watson thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Yes, it was an animated Chris Barlow at the three-quarter time huddle for Vermont, who implored his charges to take calculated risks at every opportunity and play an offensively minded game in this final term to whittle down that 33-point deficit.
Good on you, Damien. Thanks to Akira Urgent Care. Hendry rode that bump, got the ball nicely, but he was immediately tackled by his Vermont opponent. So 10-14-74 at the Tigers. Vermont 6-5-41. Eagles need the next one in the next couple of minutes. Otherwise, their premiership hopes for 2012 are gone. Smith and Taylor again. Taylor got the tap down to Daniel Mendes, who's really lifted in this second half. Hendry went in and won the free kick. Well, went Joel Selwood style and put the head up and was able to receive the high free kick. So Charlie Hendry works incredibly hard off half-back. Played 20 of 21 matches for the Tigers this year. Got the ball now at left half back, and he'll go along the outer wing towards half forward. Gobles was there, almost got a shove in the back. Ball comes behind. Hardiman was there, but he's happy to see the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. So almost 3 minutes gone. Balwin 10-14-74. Vermont 6-5-41.
Well, at least they've finally matched up someone on Crow, so Bird's gone onto Crow and matched up on him, but it might be 3 quarters too late to do something like that. You know, they've just got to win the contest now. Contested ball, get it down forward as quickly as they can, and they do need to score a goal in the next minute or two, or otherwise, you know, it then gets a very difficult task in these warm conditions.
Well, they've been able to push the ball forward to their 50-metre arc here, have the Eagles. The boundary throwing occurs now. Smith got the tap down. Nick Mendes got the tap over back to Mullet. Now ends up with the hands of Tim Johnson, but he put his teammate under a lot of pressure. And we'll see another ball up in the 55-metre spot out from the Vermont goal.
And unfortunately, that's been probably the thing against Johnson today. Some of his decision-making has been fairly ordinary, and again, although that was a poor choice.
So another boundary throw in there on that outer side. So Vermont 6-5-41 to Balwin 10-14-74. CFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed. See marking the team at their Bayswater and Scoresby stores. From the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwin lead this one by 33 points. And another stalemate, 55 metres out from the Vermont goal. Umpire throws the ball off now. Can they get some run going? Kick inside towards Bernuda over his head. Almost a push in the back against McCarthy. And he will receive the free kick because Barker got into his back. So Milhouse will look to rebound off half back.
So Milhouse goes to Mendes, takes off. In fact, it was Johns, bangs it on his boot up towards the half-forward line in the middle of the ground. Crow charges out, he attacks the football well. Lost possession though, the umpire will come in and bounce it just on that outer side of the ground.
Rod, I think was it Crow and Brett there. Rod and Crow and Ross in a bit of a tangling match, got a little bit high.
And a bit lucky to get the free kick there, Ross.
Ross kicks a long football, and it's a good one too. Coming out is Travis Bird, and he takes it just outside the 50. Wants to keep the ball moving towards the Carmody direction. He plays right on his hammer. Ball goes out towards the McMahon direction. He'll see it over the boundary line and out of bounds, right near that Bendigo Bank scoreboard, which shows a 33-point lead to the Balwin Football Club. 10-14-74. Plays 6-5-41 as the umpire brings it back in. Smith had the front spot there. Kelly's in there as well. The umpire's plucked out a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Balwin.
See, that kick into the forward line then was just a poor option. Why short pass into the forward pocket? Got to put it deep into the goal square, put pressure on the defence. That was just too easily taken away.
McMahon kicked it to Gilchrist, then received the handball and kicked it up towards the wing position. Well done there by Mitch Bernuda to fist it away from Jeff Gobles. It's one of the few times Gobles hasn't been able to pluck one out, and the ball's over the boundary line and out of bounds. True centre wing position at the Eastern Football League's MCG. The umpire throws it in over the back of the pack. Charging through now is Johns. He's got good skills and he kicks it up towards the half forward line. Coming out, trapping it well was Carmody. He's got an open goal face. He needs to put this through. Tom Carmody, he works it back nicely. That's a super goal. That's his first, and just what the Vermont Football Club needed too, as on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard at the 6-minute mark, they moved to 7-5-47. Balwin 10-14-74.
As I said, that's what happens when you get it in quickly and kick the ball long, and they've just got to do this the whole time. They can't afford. First of all, they've got to go 6-on-6 in their back in the forward half, so they don't allow Crow any easy run. Get the ball in quickly and then move it and hopefully kick it in long.
Tom Carmody boots his 37th goal for season 2012. An outstanding player throughout the season. You want to try and get a few more on the board to get the Eagles back in his game. Hendry's hand pass put McMahon under a lot of pressure. Scooped upon by Barry Murphy. High kick towards true centre half forward. Kelly's there. Read the ball well. Got the ball down the ground. Robbie Ross on hands and knees. Try to extract the football out from that contest. But umpire Dan Beard happy to ball it up 45 metres out from goal.
I still would like to see Mullet go forward. He's being tagged, not getting a lot around the contest. Put him forward, put him under a bit of pressure.
Smith and Ross went at it, came down to Lockie Johns on his forward 50-metre arc. He didn't have the 40 when he was tackled. So Lachlan Johns, a very harsh call by the umpire on that occasion against Ryan McMahon. And he'll go back and look to put through his first goal for the afternoon.
The umpire was in better spot than we were though, Ben.
He gets it off to Black. Now he's in a good position here, Heath Black. He unloads from 55. It's a shank off the boot, but it's straight and it's a goal! Vermont are not done with yet. Heath Black puts the goal through and the Eagles are back. Balwin 10-14-74. Vermont 8-5-53. 21 points is the margin. 7.5 minutes gone. Peterborough, we've got a ball game.
And we have, and after seeing a little bit of lull for the first 6 minutes of the quarter, it was almost the calm before the storm. Vermont have now kicked 2 goals in 3 minutes. They're probably looking to kick the next couple. If they can, they're right in this ball game.
This is a crucial takeaway, this one.
So the ball's back in the middle of the ground. Game alive once again out here at Bayswater. Over the umpire, throws the ball aloft. No one got the clear knockout, but Ross got a second fist on it. Got it down to Mullet, who kicked it inside forward 50. Murray stands strong and takes a good mark. Just inside the defensive zone for Balwin. Going to slow things down a little bit.
Taylor's cramping badly.
So Murray goes out wide. Going to work the ball towards Milhouse. He had the run of Stevie Kenner. He wants to keep the ball moving as well. He might go for the 1-2. He gets it now across the 50. He might go for the 1-3. He handballed it to absolutely no one. And Vermont are going to have another shot through the middle of the ground. Alice is in there. He might be able to pick it up. Instead, it's the Tigers inside forward 50. The kick goes towards the Gobles direction. Right on his hammer is Bernuda, who's going to win out in this contest. The boundary line is, and over she goes for a boundary throw-in.
Pete,
Ryan McMahon has really lifted in his second half, starting to get his hands on the footy a lot.
Oh, well, the game's on the line here. If they can withstand this Vermont challenge, the premiership's there for the taking. Guys like McMahon are the ones that are going to stand up and try and do that for them.
The umpire throws it in. Norm got this knocked down. It went straight into the arms of McMahon. He ran over the pill, tried to get out a handball to a run of Gilchrist. Not so lucky, and we'll have another ball up, 55 metres out from the Balwin goal line.
Balwin are playing a +1 in the defensive half at the moment.
The umpire throws it up from the side. Sanfilippo knocked it every bit of 20 metres. Comes out to McMahon. He got boot to ball, but he pushed it to the right-hand side. Only one behind is the result.
I think Chris Balwin's finally had enough of Rod Crow running loose. He's actually sending Nathan Henley now deep to the goal square to make someone go and actually try and pick him up. Crow doesn't want a bar of it, though. He's letting him go all on his own. So Henley's going to have to go to him to make him accountable.
On the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwin 10-15-75 to Vermont 8-5-53. Just over 9.5 minutes gone in the final term, Brett Davidson.
Yeah, look, I don't mind the fact that Bird went over onto Crow, put Henley deep. He's a very, very dangerous player. He's very good overhead for his size, and he's a beautiful kick of the footy.
Eagles using short pass to get out of defence, and the kick from Lockie Johns was good. The mark's been taken on the outer side. I'll look to boot this one forward to the Eagles. The kick was for Carmody, and he attacks the ball nicely and won a free kick for a chop of the arms. But he did land pretty awkwardly there, Tommy Carmody, and they're immediately calling for the stretcher. And when both teams are putting their hands up and waving like that, you get the feeling that something they might have heard something.
Looking like an ankle at the moment.
I'd say that's what it looks like, yes.
Doesn't look good at all for Tom Carmody. He just seems to have come alive in the past couple of minutes, and the stretcher might be called here.
Well, the man that's going to replace Carmody here is Adrian Galino, and he's had a dirty day, but the guy can play. He's got an uncanny knack of being able to turn his opponent inside out and get goal side of him. He really needs to stand up in this last 15 minutes of the grand final.
Well, you can only turn your player inside out if you play in front, and he hasn't done it all day. So if he learns, he plays a sensible footy and plays in front, he can always do that. And if he's good and smart and clever and he's had a break, he's the bloke they've got to go to.
So Carmody's off the ground now, and Shane Davidson has the ball on the outer side. He's right on true signalling position, but it's going to be a tough kick because Balwin will have numbers back. His kick towards the lead of Heath Black is good. He's 90 metres out from goal. Wheels on the left foot. Henley will fly from behind. Can he get there? Ross from behind couldn't quite take the mark. Nice step there from Matt Murray. Gets a hand pass off to Gottliebson, and Harris is away off half back. This way than that way from Harris. He's got O'Regan, and O'Regan was good linking up with Kenner. He gets onto the left foot now, Steve Kenner. He takes a bounce. He's got Davidson for company, but Kenner's kicked towards the advantage of a full forward. It's Gobles. He'll run into the open goal and kick his third. Jeff Gobles has stepped up on the big day, and so have the Balwin Football Club. 11-15-81 the Tigers. Vermont 8-5-53. Nearly 15 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. This is all thanks on EFL Game Day to the Pie Shed, Peter Baird.
Well, he is some sort of player, Jeff Gobles. Just his pace to break away from that marking contest, kept his feet, didn't go to ground. And I'm just amazed with how good he's been, particularly in the final series. We've heard stories about how good he's been throughout the home and away season, but just during this final, he's been super, and particularly today.
I think we forget one person there and one person all day. Kenner's pace absolutely has torn them apart with his movement through his 1-2 and 1-3 positions.
Ball's up towards the half-forward line. Hardiman got it back to Harris. He'll wind up on that left boot, kick it inside forward. 50, front spot coming out. Lukey Barker, and strong mark about 20 metres out from front. And he will put through surely Balwin's 12th goal, and this game will be over.
Yeah, I mean, if he kicks this one, it's going to be a long way back for the Eagles. I reckon it'll be beyond them. So this could potentially seal the icing on a fantastic year for the Balwin Football Club and see another first-year coach win a premiership for the down at Balwin Park.
He's already kicked 42 goals for the year. This will be 43, and this is the most important one, and this is the one he will celebrate the most too. Goal to the Balwin Football Club. That's his third, and they move on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to 12 goals, 15-87. Vermont 8-5-53. It's going to be the Balwin Tigers, the premiers in season 2012.
Young Davidson's come off the ground. He looks absolutely exhausted. He can hardly lift his legs. But, yeah, look, they after that break, they've just come on and slammed 2 goals, and that really hurts all the momentum that Vermont had.
We'll cross down shortly to Braden Inger and Damien Watson for an update on Tom Carmody as the ball's back in the middle.
Henley tried to win that one, but he was wrapped up immediately. Let's cross down boundary side now. Any word, boys?
Yes, Tom Carpenter has suffered a broken ankle, so he's obviously in agony and he won't take any further part in the game.
What a shame, because he was starting to look good at the start of that quarter. As Mullet was tricked on that occasion, that was very dangerous, and he received the free kick on the Blue Ribbon Foundation logo. He gets a hand pass off to Tim Johnson. His kick was, well, straight to Alan Murray, but the ball didn't bounce favourably for him. Picked up by the Eagles. Now Wright picks it up and snaps it around the left foot. He goes for touch, or he goes for Harris, and Harris beats the boundary line. But he's immediately set upon by Johnson. Didn't dispose of that ball properly, and the umpire correctly plays a pace, holding the ball to the Eagles.
And I'm glad he made up for that mistake, because that has been what's hurt him today. His disposal, then he had 3 options and he missed every one of them. So hopefully he makes up for it this kick.
He's got an opportunity now, Tim Johnson. He goes long inside 50. Ross will fly. Good one on there by Sanfilippo. Brought the ball to ground. And here's that man McMahon again. Starting to lift, winning the hard ball. Off to Milhouse. Now off to the run of O'Regan. Off half-back. He goes up towards the half-forward area. Matt Murray juggling. Couldn't quite take the mark. Ball comes to ground. Bermuda now receives the football towards Trusanoi in position. Big fly from behind by the Eagles. Went over to quite take it cleanly, and Tregear is wrapped up immediately. Ball up, Trusanoi in position on the outer side. Balwin 12-15-87, Vermont 8-5-53. 18 minutes gone. Peter Baird, it looks like you're shaving off that goatee at the moment. You made a dare during the week on the EFL website that you'd shave it off, as Gilchrist goes inside, and it is a procession. Goble takes the mark directly in front, and expect the big celebration from the star forward if he's able to put this one through.
They've just continued to run from strength to strength this afternoon, Balwin and Jeff Gobles. They're a class football side. They're very well coached, and they've just got better and better the longer the game's gone on.
So the Balwin Football Club last beat Vermont in the 2008 Grand Final. They look to make it 2 from 2 against the Eagles in the Eastern Football League. Gobles has been a star all year, and he's been a star today, and it hits the post. 3 goals, 3 for Jeff Gobles today, and it takes the lead for Balwin out to 35 points. Balwin 12-16-88 to Vermont 8-5-53. 19 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed.
Bermuda goes short to Johns, who's been terrific today for Vermont. He goes on to Kelly, got it on to Ryan Mullet, streaming through the middle of the ground. The captain goes long as a good kick too. Ross had the front spot over the back row. That got a good fist away. Ross goes after it again. He copped one high. So it was a 2-on-1 situation, and the big man won out. So surely he'll have a shot for goal about 45 metres out. It's all too little, too late, but an important kick nonetheless.
It is, and I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, he's provided something up there for them, but he now needs to finish it off, and, you know, they need to get another 1 or 2, and there's probably only 5 minutes left, so a couple more would make the scoreboard a bit more respectable.
He's kicked 1 this afternoon. This will be for his second, straight through the middle. The ball goes. Great kick there by the big man, and that's his second. And Vermont on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, they moved to 9 goals, 5-59. Balwin 12-16-88.
The sting's really gone out of this game, isn't it now, Peter B? You just see Vermont not as up and about as what they were beforehand.
No, they're not. But, I mean, I reckon the game's probably a little bit more longer than that, than 5 minutes to go. Probably 10 minutes ago. Remember, we did lose some time there when Carmody's gone down. If I was Vermont here, I still wouldn't give this one away just yet. They're still only 5 goals down. I mean, it's a huge task to get back, but while there's still a pulse, there's still life.
Well, Kelly was able to win it out to Johns. He was held without it, but Ellis was able to pick the ball up and go towards half forward. But Murray went up at the Allen variety, tucked it down to Sanfilippo. Hand pass over the top to Harris on the outer wing. His short chipping ball over the top was good to Gottliebsen. Had a great first half, but has been quiet in this second half. Got a hand pass off to the run of Madison Hardiman, and Bermuda got into the back there of Jeff Gobles, and he'll receive the free kick on left half forward. He has worked his butt off today, Jeff Gobles, and deserves every ounce of celebration party time as he goes long inside 50. Murray went through his hands. Ball comes to the back. Milhouse slung without the football. No free kick paid. Ryan Wilson got a hand pass off to Mullet. He's been well tagged today by Mark O'Regan. Ball still locked up inside the Balwin forward 50, and we'll see a ball up 30 metres out from goal. Dyson Baker thanks to choose tap.
Inside forward 50 count, 12-8 in favour of Vermont, but the freeze 4 are also in favour of Vermont. It's just one of those games, Balwin, their efficiency has been magnificent.
Kelly tries to paddle it in front of himself. Wilson's there as well. Umpire's pulled out a free kick, and it will go the way of the Tigers. In fact, it will go the way of the Eagles. Kelly off half back. towards true centre wing position. Milhouse read that ball very nicely, Brett Davidson.
Yeah, I don't want to say it, but yeah, I am. Young Lockie Johns has just come off the ground. A totally unnecessary behind the play incident then, and I think the young boy's done a shoulder, and you know, I just thought it was pretty ordinary from the Balwin footballer to do what he did.
Well, the ball goes up towards full forward, and well, he's come out from the grave. He's arisen from the grave, Adrian Galino, and he can go back and try to put through his first goal for the day.
I mean, what's the margin at the moment? It's currently at 29 points. This will bring it back to 23 if he's able to kick it. I don't know. There's still a sliver of hope. It's a long, long way back, though. One hand out of the grave, perhaps, only for the Vermont Footy Club.
It's a goal sneak, Galino, and he puts it through. Maybe Peter Baird's right. Maybe there's a little bit of hope. Adrian Galino gives him that little bit.
Well, the fact is, you could be right with the scoreboard. We're not sure exactly how much time's left. I've actually coached a game where the 4 goals were kicked in the last 5 minutes of a grand final, so it can happen.
It can happen. Balwin lead this one 88-65, 23 points the margin on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Let's cross down boundary side thanks to Akira Urgent Care.
Boys, Lockie John's incident just seems to have caused a bit of fire out on the Balwin half forward. Boys getting into each other. The umpire there told him to get out of it. So still a little bit of fire in this game as both teams really getting into each other.
So we're into the final minutes of the season 2012 year. The umpire throws the ball aloft. Taylor got the knockout that time, not to the advantage of any teammates. It might be Balwin through Harris. He got the handball away to Kenner, got it over to Hendry. That was good play. Gobleton kicks it inside forward 50 towards the Goble's direction over the back. He might have another bite. They're going to get out of it there through Milhouse. The Eagles kick it up towards the wing position. The mark's been taken out there by Mullet. Wants to move the ball on really quickly. They have support. Alice bangs it on his boot. Inside forward 50. Nobody's home though, except for Ben Harris of the Tigers, and he takes a good mark. The last line of defence, switches it out wide. It's okay. Got it to Hendry. They've used that outer side of the ground so well this afternoon, the Tigers. The kick goes up towards the wing position where the mark's been taken by Hardiman. They're just slowing things down. Moved on by the umpire now. Hardiman kicks it up towards Murray, who made great space and comes out and takes a mark. He'll waste no time. Inside forward 50, the kick goes, and it was a beautiful pass too. And coming out and taking a mark is Gobles. He's just the man of the moment, isn't he? He wants that blue ribbon medal. He wants to put the icing on the cake. What a player.
Oh, he is. He's just continued to keep going as well, where some of the fizz has gone out of the game to a small extent. Goble still presents and still provides that target for them as they go forward. And even as they start to get tired now, he's the man they're going to look for to try and get them over the line here.
But even still, that Vermont moves the ball into the forward line, and how they can have 4 players standing by themselves, I never know.
Gobles comes in, he kicks it to the top of the square. The ball might fall short. Lukey Barker couldn't take it on the second bite. They're trying to scramble a kick in there. Bermuda rushes it over for a minor score. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Balwin moved to 12 goals, 17-89. It's back to that 4-goal margin. Ben Waterworth, Vermont 10-5, 65.
Certainly is, and Heath Black, being one of Vermont's best today, looks to bring it out from his defensive goal square. He kicks to himself, gets around one, and now goes up towards the middle of the ground. It's a dangerous kick, but it might work out here for Tim Johnson. Gets a hand pass off, but put Emily under enormous pressure, and Murray wraps him up in a tackle. And we'll see a ball up in the middle of Bayswater Oval. 12-17-89 of the Tigers. Vermont 10-5-65. Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
Davo, you're just talking about the Lockie Johns incident. He almost had 20 touches in that second half. He was one of those crucial players right throughout this second half.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's been playing very, very well.
Heath Black now works his way through a telephone box and gets it off to Wilson. High kick up towards Truson, half forward here, Mark. Taken by Bird. He's got Ross on a long lead. Goes to him now. Taylor's there. Good courage shown on that occasion by the Balwin defence. The mark's been taken by McMahon, who has had an outstanding second half.
That was a poor kick though, wasn't it? In a crucial situation, you've got to get some distance and depth into that kick, and he just drifted it across the half-forward line.
So Alan Murray's got the ball. He goes back to Rod Crow. How many marks is that for Rod Crow, Dyson, thanks to Choose Tap?
That'll be 15 and 100 for the Balwin Football Club.
Unbelievable stuff. As Murray receives the ball at true centre wing. Towards half forward, Goble's got a push in the back. Umpire Dan Beard said, no, he didn't. We'll see a boundary throw-in on that outer side. This is EFL game day, all thanks to the pie shed. It's Balwin leading this one by 24 points. All things going to plan at the moment. Balwin will win this one. EFL game day with you today, Ben Waterworth, Ben Warren Smith, Dyson Baker, Peter Baird, Brett Davidson,
Free kick to Gobles.
and Braden Ingham and Damien Watson as Gobles will receive the free kick on that outer side.
Fourth free kick for Balwin this quarter, 9 to Vermont.
Well, thanks to choose tap Dyson Baker there. Gobles will receive it, pushed up the ground a little bit over the last couple of minutes. He'll go onto that right foot and drive it long inside 50. Hardiman's at the back. He brings the ball to ground now. Black was there, got it off to Johnson. Black went out and got it again. Hand pass now to Tim Johnson, this way then that way. Sweeps it towards the boundary line. And McMahon and Bermuda happy to see it over, but Hardiman picks the ball up. Oh, he'd love a goal here, Madison Hardiman. Round the body, Madison Hardiman towards the goal square. It's thumped through and almost through for a minor score. Vermont kicked the ball in play there on the outer side, picked up by McMahon in Mendes, and he finds Bird on the outer side. We look to bring it across, and it's an absolute shake off the boot. And Daniel Donati takes the mark, and it's a very happy-looking Daniel Donati as well. And Hendry will receive the ball on true centre wing.
Is that a stat?
Thanks to Choose Tap.
He'll take it. Hendry surges the ball inside 50, and that back Gobles comes out a screamer across the half-forward line. He hit the deck hard. But let's hope he can get up and go for his 4th goal this afternoon. About 55 metres out from goal, he'll kick. It'll be a well-deserved goal if he can manage to put it through.
Big smiles on the faces of Dan Donati and Madison Hardiman hugging on the boundary there at the moment. This means a lot to him, and tell you what, Jeff Gobles, if he hasn't cemented his spot in the SEN Division 1 team of the year at centre-half forward, I don't know what he has to do. Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
4 marks in this quarter to Jeff Gobles, 10 for the game.
He's kicked 3 for the afternoon. You've heard his name right throughout the broadcast. Jeff Gobles from just outside 50. He crosses it now. He sends the ball very long. It's got to swing back. It just can't enough. Minor score goes through for the Balwin Tigers. And at the 28.5-minute marker, the final term of the final game of the season, the Balwin Tigers 12-18-90. Vermont 10-5-65.
Dyson Baker, thanks to Choose Tap.
Yeah, look, I mean, inside forward 50s, the 5 marks for 22 marks inside forward 50 for the game.
McCarthy got a dangerous hand pass off to Davidson. Black tried to ride the tackle and did it well. Beat 2. Left foot kick around towards half forward. Crow stands in the way. So does Sanfilippo. Ball comes to the ground. Taylor has to work hard. Was held without it. Umpire said no. Sanfilippo picks the ball up towards half forward as if on cue. Tregear off to Gobles. Can he make it fall this time? No. His kick was smothered off the boot. Nicely done by Dean Milhouse on that occasion.
He's trying for it.
He's trying very hard. He's stuffed. Jeff Gobles, hands on knees. He cannot move. Ball, boundary throw in 30 metres out from goal. EFL game day, all thanks to the Pie Shed today. Balwin 12-18-90 to Vermont 10-5-65. Umpire from the parking lot basically has pulled out a free kick on the siren. Balwin are premiers for season 2012. Scenes of jubilation at Bayswater Oval. The Tigers roar to victory, 12-18-90 to Vermont 10-5-65. What a win for Balwin.
Well, it was a terrific afternoon for the Balwin Football Club, and they thoroughly deserve to be premiers in season 2012. What a monstrous effort, Brett Davidson. They did it the hard way. It was an elimination final every single week for them. They had to beat the best sides in Division 1. They've done that week after week. Congratulations to the Balwin Football Club.
Oh, definitely. I think that's one of the things that we've forgotten is that they have had 4 tough finals. We thought they might have gone against them a little bit, but, you know, right from the first bounce, they were the side that was in control the entire day. Vermont came back a few times, but, you know, it just seemed that they ran out of men and also ran out of options, whereas Balwin all day had those options up forward, had the midfield that was able to get the spread, and their back half was very, very strong. You know, I think Vermont helped them be a little bit stronger by allowing Crow to do whatever he liked, but to their credit, they just ran well, they played well, they structured up well. I thought they were extremely well coached with the way that they got the right sort of forwards onto the right sort of defenders, and all credit to Balwin. I think they've come out and played an extremely good game of football today.
Oh, they were absolutely fantastic. And I'll tell you one player that's going to be an unsung hero of this premiership today was the job Marco Regan did on Ryan Mullet. He took him right out of the game. Mullet had no real influence on the game. He looked to threaten at patches, but O'Regan stepped up to the plate and continued to work hard. He's going to be an unsung hero of this premiership.
Oh, you know what? Deep amongst the 22 that are out there, they know exactly what a great job he's done. And while there'll be people going, you know, gee, who was that bloke? He didn't do much. He did a fantastic job. And I'll tell you what, this Gobles, as he got under the guard of everybody. I just found out that he'd been over in WA and that Balwin went over to WA to interview him and take him out. I don't think it was a dollars issue. I think it was to come and play in a good football team, in a good football association. He took the opportunities and he stood up to be an absolute superstar. And we hope he stays around, because I tell you what, he'll bring people through the gates the way he plays.
Yeah, we actually went out to Balwin Park on Tuesday night. Dan said you interviewed Paul Johnson, the football manager from the Balwin Football Club, and he said that exactly what you're saying there, that he and Daniel Donati jumped on a plane. It's the first time Balwin have actually gone to that trouble to go and have a look at a player over in another state. And you can,
gentlemen, today the EFL recognises and supports the work of the Blue Ribbon Foundation. The Blue Ribbon Foundation honours the memories of those Victoria Police men and women who have lost their lives in the line of duty. Today, the player judged the best on ground will receive the Blue Ribbon Medal. And to present the medal, the Acting Superintendent of the Division 2 Eastern Region, Paul Rosenblum. And the winner of the Blue Ribbon Medal for season 2012, from Balwin, number 4, Jeff Gobles.
Super game by Jeff Gobles today. We all talked about him all afternoon, and a very good recipient of the Blue Ribbon Medal, Pete.
Oh, he was fantastic. He was probably the difference between the two teams. He was the dominant forward on the ground. Vermont lacked that dominant forward after Dalton went down early in the game, but Gobles, he was fantastic. He played a great game. He was strong overhead. He was quick on the lead. He butted up and provided a second effort. He's a complete footballer.
Now for the premiership medallions. Number 1, John Milhouse.
Solid game down back today.
Yep. His run off halfback's really important to the way Balwin set up, and he's really calm and composed under pressure, and he played a great game.
Grain Halbish, the chairman of the Eastern Football League, awarding...
Number 2, Luke Barker.
Such an important player for the Balwin Football Club. He structures them up really well.
He'll be happy to win this one after losing when he was at Croydon against Vermont a few years ago, so he'll be pretty happy to win this.
Number 3, Charlie Hendry.
We didn't have his usual impact today, Charlie, but such an important player as well to the Balwin Football Club and their makeup.
When he goes, he's another one with great pace and use of the
Number 4, and the Blue Ribbon medalist, Jeff Gobles.
What could be said about this guy? We've said it all afternoon. We've been so impressed with his performance today, and he'll celebrate hard.
Number 7, Steve Kenner.
His run was really critical to the ball, and the way he's able to put 2 or 3 metres between him and the contest, no one was able to go with him today. Xavier Barry Murphy tried, just couldn't.
Number 8, Rod Crow.
15 marks in defence today. What a super effort. He was the general down back, set up a lot of play.
He was, and look, he did play a great game, but he was allowed to play a great game because of Vermont's, I thought, poor options on
Number 9, Ben Harris.
He was tough around the contest today. He was in and under. He was one of the guys that stood tall when Vermont came at them in the third quarter and looked to challenge. But he was super. Had a great year as the assistant coach of the ball.
Number 11, Jared Wright.
Jared Wright's probably one of these unsung guys as well. He works hard off half back. He probably takes on the second or third key forward for the opposition.
Number 13, Christian Sanfilippo.
Plays that half back line role so well, doesn't he, Christian Sanfilippo? Whatever role he has, he does it, and he does it well.
Daniel Donati's gone so far as to say he's the most improved player in Division 1.
Number 14, Ryan McMahon.
Oh, Shooter McMahon. He's a class act. He really is. Port Melbourne Premiership player last year, joined the Balwin Footy Club and has added an extra dimension.
Number 15, Shane Trickier.
He was good.
What a left foot he's got as well. He plays wide and on that wing, provides run and able to break lines. One real 60-metre player, 10-metre run and 50-metre kick.
Number 16, Nick Smith.
Big Norm. Everybody loves Nick Smith in the Eastern Football League, and as Brett's already said, a solid day in the ruck. He does it virtually by himself, and he just knows where to be. He's a smart footballer.
Number 19, Jared Churgwin.
He actually got votes today from the media team as well for the game he played. He was tough. He went off injured towards the end of the game as well. But he
Number
was very
20, Alan Murray.
A very important player right throughout the final series, Alan Murray. He's really stepped up his game.
He is, and with his experience, I thought he was one of the best in the first half. Faded out as the game went on, though.
Number 21, Matt Murray.
I thought he was the better of the two.
Yeah.
I thought he's clean overhead, so that's something that he's pretty good, and he's got great.
Number 23, Mark O'Regan.
As we said, the unsung hero of this premiership team today, tagged Ryan Mullet, the heart and soul of the Vermont Footy Club, took him out of the game, nullified that influence that Mullet normally has.
Number 25, Ben Turner.
The second ruckman.
He was able to give Big Norm a chop out in the ruck, and important to have big men across the ground.
Exactly.
Number 29, Madison Hardiman.
Well, he enjoyed reading that name out, Ben Waterworth, because he's a big fan of Madison Hardiman, and he had a solid game. He started really well.
Yeah, he did some good things. He's lively, and he certainly gives
Number
a good personality.
37, Liam Fraser.
He's one of these young guys that you look to stand up in a big game, and he, along with Goble, who we'll have announced very shortly, were very important to them early on when Balwin.
Number 42, Ed McCutcheon.
Gutsy player, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can either play a role down back or up forward, whatever Daniel Donati needs. Today he was more down back, but he's very versatile.
Number 43, Jamie Gottliebson.
Yeah, very impressed with this boy. I think he's the one that, if you have a breakout game to come forward, this is his breakout game.
Played last year with North
Balwin
Florida.
President Richard Wilson.
Oh, isn't he going to create one of the world's biggest parties, Richard Wilson, down at Cherry Road?
The most flamboyant president in the Eastern Football League, Richard Wilson, very well known, obviously very high profile. He's the CEO as well as the Melbourne Victory, so he loves to get his face on camera, and we'll have plenty to say, don't worry about that.
The football director, Paul Johnson.
Well, what an amazing story Paul Johnson is. I mean, he's a past coach and a past premiership coach, president. He's done it all, and he's a bit of the brains trust behind the whole club.
The man behind putting this list together.
Yep.
The recruiting manager, Justin Cosgrove.
Another one that works tirelessly behind the scenes at Balwin, behind the higher profile guys like Paul Johnson and Richard Wilson. He and Paul Johnson work so hard. They go out, they look at players. Guys like Jeff Goble, who they went all the way to WA to have a look at.
The runner, Travis Dowsett.
The runner's obviously an important cog in any premiership, as you would know as a coach, Brett Davidson.
Oh, you've got to have a good one, I tell you what, and they are.
And the
they're worth
captain,
10%.
number 17, Rennie Gilchrist.
The youngest captain in the Eastern Football League, and what a superstar he is, Rennie Gilchrist.
He is, and don't forget their 23rd man today, number 68, Sean Bergen, who tragically lost his life in the final series last year.
And the premiership coach, Daniel Donati.
Oh, wow, what a difference he's made to Balwin this year. He's really rejuvenated them. They challenged in 2008. He's brought this list together, got him playing a more attacking brand of footy, and he's a big
I know ask Daniel to say a few words.
He's actually got them playing like him.
Thanks very much. Look, first of all, and I know how difficult it is to sit there and watch guys get medallions because I've been exactly that place a couple of times as a player. But commiserations to the Vermont Football Club. Chris Barlow, a man I respect highly. He coached me as a player. We played with each other. You guys are a fantastic outfit. No doubt we were worried about you boys coming today. You've had a great season. You've got a lot of young boys. You'll only improve from here, I've got no doubt. But thank you very much, boys.
Super year by Daniel Donati himself, and he's been great with his
To all of our supporters again today, our support was just enormous, and it has been all year. But to family, friends, supporters who followed us all year round, you beauty, thanks very much again for today. Last couple of things, just obviously to the Balwin Football Club, to everyone involved, support staff, coaches, the boys, your premiership players, boys, and your premiership players, and it does deserve a mention. We did have a 23rd player with us all year this year. To Sean Bergen and to his family, with total respect. Thank you very much.
I now ask the EFL Chairman, Graham Helmish, to present the cup to Balwin Premiers.
Balwin.